streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Thanks for making us part of your day. All episodes are now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Very, very special guest in the house today. Dear friend of mine. She's Danny Parker, entrepreneur, owner at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC. Good afternoon, Danny. Little tongue twister there. How are you? It's been a while. Long time no see.
Long
How's it
time no
going?
see. It's going fantastic. You look fit. You look amazing. You
So do
didn't age
you.
a day.
You're more dressed up than I am, by the way. We're rocking this Indiana jersey here today. A little sweater action here today.
It's true. Inside here is Bobby Knight. That's who's in here still. Like it's like 1985. So yeah,
Yeah. Hey, last time you heard someone call you Daniel Stork, I mean, that's the name I'm used to, right? Back in the day.
yeah,
Stork, what's up? Last time you heard
yeah.
that
Or
name.
Swan. There was a lot of time. Let's
Swan.
see. Maybe my older son's 19, 19, almost 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. You go on Facebook and all these names have changed what you used to, like to now, and just like, is that really the same person I know? And you click on them like, oh yeah, it's the same person.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, growing up, Pearl River High School, right?
Yeah.
That experience going there, what was that like back in high school?
I mean, it's small, however small, as we know, because we used to hang out down there. Super Irish Italian town. We had moved there when I was a kid, and
Okay,
Pearl River was like, but Pearl River was a good place to grow up. You
right.
still we were close to Jersey, close to the city. Everything was close proximity. It was like it was. I had a good childhood, a good upbringing, and the high school was okay. It was small. Everybody was up in your VI, so for that it was not great. But I made a lot of good, like long lasting, lifelong friends. So for that I'm
Are you,
grateful.
are you in touch with anybody today by chance? Just random
Well,
friends from high school?
yeah, my high school boyfriend is still a very good friend of mine to this day. And then a couple of guys I had grown up with from around the way, like on my block, I still hang out and talk to them. When I can get back home, we'll try
Yeah,
and get together. Yeah,
that's awesome. What were you
yeah.
like in high school? Who was your favorite teacher? Did you get in trouble? Any fights?
Fights, yes. Kenford, this is me. So any fights, a lot of fights, a lot of these hands. A couple of people
Yeah.
caught these hands. Let's see. I was probably well. You know what? I was a screw up. I was not living up to my potential. I really did not have direction, but I always had drive. So I had like always had a very big sense of self, I would call it. But I was too smart for my own good, and I really like I hurt myself, by not doing the right thing when I was in high school. I set myself back. So and that's if I could do it all over again, I would start right back there. But
Yeah.
high school was like different. But I had soccer and I loved it, and so for that, that was like a good escape for me. Good thing to put my energy and time in, and gave me that outlet to be strong, firm, kind of no nonsense when I needed to be. And all the women that I played with, we ended up being really strong, really driven, really motivated, successful women. So I was grateful I did have that in high school.
That's awesome. Did you play offense or defense in soccer? What'd you
I
play?
played defense. I was a keeper.
Oh
I've played keeper
wow.
all my whole life. Oh yeah. I played club. I played
Wow.
for Clarkstown. I had, if anybody who watches this knows the great Bob Walkley was my coach. He coached Clarkstown soccer, and then I think he went on to Suffern. He's like a local legend as far as coaches go, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So
Right.
I was best friends with his daughters, and he took me on. And the rest is I've traveled all over the country. Went to Europe and played. I had a lot of great memories because of playing club and high school. A lot of my club team was on my high school team at Pearl River.
That's amazing. I've known you for so long, all these years, and never knew you played sports in high school. Never
Oh
knew.
yeah, I was like a total jock. Softball, and soccer.
Man, oh
hmm
man. Do you have like professional team right now? Who do you root for right now in soccer? Who do you root for these days?
It's so hard. Liverpool, because my son out here, that's like the club that he had played for. So we actually really love Liverpool. They came here. We saw him at the big house because we used to live a half a mile from the stadium. So
Wow.
we saw Real Madrid when they came out, and we got to see Mo Salah do a bicycle kick on the 18, and we were like, wow, like everybody were. It was like the best thing you ever see in your whole life. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna rock Liverpool. When I was a kid, it was always Arsenal and Man U because that's the easy route, you know.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started getting older and starting to get like Dutch soccer, La Liga, Munich, you know, getting into different parts of Europe and understanding. I didn't even know I was taught like a Brazilian style of play until I was older. Like
Wow.
it was just
Any
kind of like,
any love for Barcelona, Messi? I'm a big Barca fan. He won the Super Cup yesterday. That was fantastic.
I know. I see. Okay, so Messi is like a god. That man
Yeah.
walks on water. I love
Yeah.
him. I cannot. I can't do Ronaldo. I'm more old school. I'm like Brazil Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. That guy
Yeah.
was nasty when he was
Back in the
4.
day.
You know,
Yeah. He
back in
was
the
really
day.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
For
then
sure.
one of my other favorite players was Valderrama. He played for
Valderrama. Yeah. He's
Colombia.
a Colombia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
He had
he
the
came
crazy
over.
hair, right? Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had the
Yeah.
crazy hair, but that dude
Yeah.
was lazy as hell. But he could place that ball wherever he wanted it, like a pro. He didn't even have to run
Yeah.
his big behind. Didn't have to worry about it. So, and then
Yeah.
Campos was my favorite keeper. He's who I loved.
That's
And
awesome.
then I just love. I honestly, my favorite player is my son. Not to be like that kind of
Wow.
cornball, but he's
Yeah.
he's phenomenal and he's better than I ever was. It's like
Wow.
it's my favorite thing to do is to watch that kid play. He's great.
What's he doing now? What position he plays? Keeper as well, or he
He
just
plays
lays back?
striker. No, I taught him
Striker.
keeper because I knew I was going to get him on a team, and it
Yeah.
worked. I was like,
Right.
they'll get you, and then we'll get you a scholarship, and they'll see how great you are, and they'll be like, you need to be in the goal, and that's like, that's exactly how it went. So
Wow.
like he's just loves playing. That kid just needs a ball and a field, and he'll go play by himself for hours, even still.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing. He got all
yeah.
that from you. Yeah. All those genes went to him. Amazing.
Right? Oh, his dad too. His dad played. We played together. We would play indoor. His father loves a good, nice layup header, right? Sweet spot on the 6. Bang! He likes
Right.
to bang in there. So we have that.
Um,
We always had that in common too. Yeah,
how crazy is that, right? Soccer back then versus now, like the game has grown
yeah,
so much, right? Like amazing to
yeah,
see what it's become, right?
yeah. And for women, I mean, for us,
Yeah.
like going. Remember that World Cup where the U.S. played Thailand and they
Yeah.
beat them 13-0, and everybody was like, "Oh, control yourselves." No, if you had brought up that crap, I would have beat the crap out of it too. I
For
would have been
sure.
banging goals on it too. I would not. This is the World Cup.
Yeah.
You're at the big show. Like,
This is
too
it.
bad, so
Yeah.
sad. This is it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, to see like each year, each rounds of World Cup as it gets more pronounced. Although I have like
Right.
my issues with FIFA, but
Yeah.
um,
We all
it,
do. Yeah.
it's great to see. Yeah, it gets more robust and respected.
Real quick, the whole Mo Salah thing, how crazy is that? Is he done with Liverpool? Sad to see him go.
I
What's
don't.
gonna happen with
I
him?
know. It's like kind of our identity,
Yeah.
and to be honest, with him being like the last World Cup was so many Africans got
Yeah.
screen time and
Yeah.
play, and see like Mbappe and like all these kids, just exposure to a different style of play
Right.
and longevity. So wherever he ends up or whatever he ends up doing, we're just grateful to have had him, for as long as we could. He
Yeah.
he was the backbone of that team.
Yeah.
So,
You
and
guys
their
both left
their
a great
credo
example.
is their credo is you will never walk alone. And I think that
Yeah.
that is what I love. That's what I loved about it as a club for my kid. They instill a mindset, manhood, integrity.
Yeah.
They really do walk that line even all the way on down. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Coach retired, Jurgen Klopp, and then they won
yeah,
next year. And sad to see Diego Jota. Rest in peace to him. You guys
yeah,
lost a lot of players too, Trent Alexander,
yeah,
Diaz, and Nunez, and all
yeah,
those guys. But
yeah.
tough upsetting. We'll see what happens to them moving forward,
Well, have
right?
you been watching Wrexham? Have you been watching Welcome to Wrexham with all the
I
Philly?
haven't I haven't watched them. I haven't really watched them. No, I haven't. Look
What?
at
Have
that.
you watched the
I know.
show on Hulu?
I saw a little bit of it. I saw a little bit of Wrexham.
Oh my God. It like makes you,
Yeah.
what I love about it is like, being like living in Detroit now and
Yeah.
I haven't spent a lot of time in Buffalo. There's a lot of similarities in like, what can a team do for you? What can a team do for your community? How they can
Right.
really raise spirits and watching their progression with some celebrity. You would love it. It's
Amazing. I
amazing.
know. I'm sure. I'm sure. That's what
It
sports
just is
does, right?
so
It brings
Philly.
everybody together, right? That's what sports
Yes,
does, right? With the crazy world that's going on right now, sports kind of
yes.
just
Whole
brings us all together.
money, finances. It's
Yeah.
totally turned over that town, and
Yeah.
so and like it did to Philly and Buffalo, Cleveland. Like look at what Bron did to Cleveland. Like
Yeah.
we used to be
For
called the
sure.
mistake on the lake. Now
Yeah.
it's a nice town. So
It's something. Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Glad you love soccer, Dale. I didn't know that. Look at that. Big
Oh yeah,
soccer
that's my
fan.
jam.
How many
And the
times
Mets.
did you you love the Mets? Not you're not a Yankee fan, right?
Hell
Okay,
no,
all
Mets all day. I'm from Queens originally, so yeah.
right. Any love for Juan Soto? What do you think about Soto?
I love. I mean, I love one. I'm
Okay.
not. I just feel like watching the season at the end when they really. Can we curse on here?
Yeah.
Oh, they shit
Yeah.
the bed.
Of
Like
course.
that was terrible. But I went to the series when they were here each game. I tried to. So
Right.
that was like watching a home run derby when the game two here. So I had a lot of high hopes, and Juan was smacking them. It was pretty. It was embarrassing for Detroit. I'm not even gonna lie. And then to see the end of the season, like they totally
Yeah.
blew it. Yeah,
Yeah, they shit the bed for sure. For sure.
yeah,
We'll see what happens next year, right? Are you sad to see Alonzo go?
yes. Oh, he's right. Yeah, that's my dude right there. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see how things go from here for them. But they needed a
Yeah.
change up anyway. So
Yeah, it
especially
wasn't
after
working,
that
right?
last month. No,
Yeah, whatever that nucleus was wasn't working. So a lot of
no,
changes in the offseason. So we'll see what happens in 2026, this
yeah.
upcoming season. How many times did you cut class, by the way?
How many times did I cut class?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had at my high school they had this great program called marine ecology, and you had a fish tank. You collected specimens. We had Hudson ecology, marine ecology, and that was the only thing that would get me to go back at the end of the day. I would go in the morning if I had a game and I was playing. I knew if I showed up for first period and came
Right.
back for last, I could play that day, and I would
Right.
go. I'd be gone all day. Like I don't even know what I did.
You
I
had
just
this
was
thing
gone,
mapped
like
out.
gone. Yeah. So I cut class a lot. Me and my best friend Sue
Yeah.
were like peas and carrots, and we did a lot of
Yeah.
knucklehead stuff together. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then I
Where
was
is
in
Sue, by
summer
the way?
school with her.
Where's Sue, by the way? You still talk to her?
I still talk to her. She moved to South Carolina with a lot of people, like like around the way. Moved to
Yeah.
the Carolinas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
but we still
Well,
talk. She's like, she's still my friend, even though
yeah.
I'm a
There you go.
diehard, liberal. She'll still,
There you go. Yeah. There you
yeah.
go. When did you have your first drink, first smoke? Was it in high school? Hangout
I
spot
was
in Rockland.
Okay, I was 14. I used to steal my mom's cigarettes. She smoked
Yeah.
cools.
Yeah.
And that was like behind the apartment building up at the top of the block. And then drinking, I was like, I was hard from the streets, mean streets of
Yeah.
Fall River. I was out
Yeah.
there. I was out, hanging out on playgrounds, being a degenerate. So I was probably
Yeah.
15 when I first started drinking. So I had really gotten a lot. Because you remember, I was a party girl, like, and I was
Yeah.
like that for a
For a
long
long
time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had done all my knucklehead stuff, but the brunt of it and the real true stupid happened pretty much in high school. And
Yeah.
then afterwards, I was like still big partier, but not so much the crazy.
Right.
I would go to clubs. We would go to sneak out and go to Limelight, Twilo, Sound Factory, Ohm, Cheetah. Like we were. I was that
Man.
kid. I was that club kid.
A rebel without a cause. Did your mom ever caught you, by the way? She ever caught you?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
would have to let me back out again and go to school. So eventually,
Yeah.
the cycle continued. So yeah,
Yeah.
my poor parents. I don't know. My father and I were just laughing about it.
Yeah.
How much of a handful I was. Yes.
Who was more strict, your mom or dad growing up?
My dad was the one that I feared more, but I
Okay.
think that that's because most kids do. I feel like that's just like nature.
Right.
But my mom was quick with it. If I had said it, I would got a whack on my mouth,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe on the back of my head, on my butt,
Right.
something.
Yeah.
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 So she'd be like, "I'll suck the cool out of you." So I still apologize to this day how
Yeah.
tough. I was a tough kid. I probably, if I did to my kid did to me what I did to my parents, I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Parenting today versus a long time ago,
back
years
in the
ago,
day, yeah.
totally
And being
different,
so
right?
close to New York City, like,
Yeah.
I think that was a part of it too. Like, we saw, I did a lot at a young
Yeah.
age that,
For sure.
I don't wish on my own self with these kids. So,
Yeah. Did you
yeah.
have any brothers or sisters growing up? Any brothers and
I have a little
sisters?
sister, 10
Okay.
years younger than me. She looks like me 10 years ago. And
Wow.
then I had really knocked the wind out of their sails. So by the time Mallory got to them, they were
Yeah.
like two totally different parents.
Yeah. For sure. Are you
Yeah.
guys still close, still tight to this day? Any sibling rivalries back in the day?
Not, it was hard because we had such a big age gap that I didn't
Okay.
even, like, by the time I was 16, she was six, not, 7. So
Okay.
I was just in a different, like, life path. And I was out when I was 18.
Wow.
So, she's getting to be cool now. She's in her late 30s. Now she's cool again.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
She's
Big
coming back
sister.
around.
Big sister.
Yeah.
Hey, Rockland County, right? Was it
Yeah.
the hangout spot for you? Was it Nanuet Mall, parking lot of McDonald's, right? 59, Spring
Parking
Valley
lot of McDonald's.
Marketplace. Were you there?
Uh,
Were you one of those people there?
Hell yeah. Friday night car club.
Yeah, the Friday Night
Uh,
Car Club.
Spring Valley, short shot outside,
Yeah,
45, up on 45.
yeah,
Yeah. The Have Store, we would go up to Have Store on 9W, hang out outside
yeah,
Calles when before that place burned down. And then,
man.
which I just told them myself, for those who will watch this, knows what Calles is. And
Yeah,
then, I was all over the place. Like, I was the only chick of two out of a whole crew of dudes that just drove around and
right.
we were outside, like
Yeah, yeah. Like the kids would
everywhere.
say these days there. We were
Days,
outside.
yeah, we were outside. Yeah,
How
Nyack,
about like yeah, how about like the flea market, right? Blockbuster, the
yes,
Wiz, and all those
the
places,
Wiz,
right? Like
yes, the Wiz. Oh my
the
God,
Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
yeah, we would hang out in that parking lot of the old Caldor, but they
Yeah,
put like
Caldor.
Blockbuster over there. Yeah,
Yeah,
we hung out. We would get beer from the gas station on 59 up in Spring
right.
Valley, across from like the old Planet Wings, the mobile over there.
Mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And we hung
Man,
out like
man.
Twin, uh, Hoyt, Dorset over there,
Oh,
like Spring
wait,
Valley.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spring Valley. Man, oh man, Rockland has so many counties, right? What was it for you? Nyack, Suffern, Haverstraw, Spring Valley, Pearl River. What was your
I hung
favorite
out in
spot
Spring
there?
Valley. I mean,
As,
when I got older, it was like Nyack. Once I was like
okay.
of like bar age,
Yeah.
Nyack was like definitely it. When I was in high school, it was Nanuet. It was the McDonald's on 59 in the parking lot. You could find me there any Friday
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
dodging the seagulls.
What a
'Cause they were
massive group
so
of
fun.
people there, like amazing people
Yes,
lighting up cars, going crazy. I'm like, look at these kids. I'm buying up some
yes,
McDonald's, going back home. These kids are hanging out
yep,
2 o'clock in the morning.
yep.
Like,
Remember
they
that
don't
little
do stuff
crew of
like that
dudes that
anymore.
had Miatas and they would drive
Yeah, I remember
around?
the Miatas.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jesus, like loud music in the back of the cars. You got 12s, you got 10s, you got JBLs in the back of the
Yeah,
trunk rattling
that
off and
guy that
on.
had that Kenwood van that will, like, you
Yeah,
couldn't, it would take your breath away standing in the back of it.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. What a
yeah.
time, right? What a time.
Watching people doing donuts and then like spinning out and crashing into lights in the parking lot. Maybe there'd be a giant brawl. Those were the
Yeah,
days.
man,
Yeah.
those are the good old days. How much do you miss New York? How much do you miss Rockland County at all, if anything?
I miss New York like a person. It's hard to explain. Like, I I don't let, okay, this is the best way to describe how things go, right? When you leave, you grow.
Yeah,
And New Yorkers are not kind, but they're very nice, right? It's always like, oh my God, what do you want here? And
yeah,
so that way is very different. And I've gotten very acclimated to my Midwest surroundings. And so for that, like, I miss my family and I miss my friends. I
sure.
miss that way. I miss being able to cut somebody off and be like, yeah, whatever. And like, it's
Right,
fine.
right.
Um, so, and speaking matter of fact and being plain, uh, Midwesterners are very, like we say the thing and we move on and it's like,
Yeah,
whatever, it's done. Where everybody really like is very cautious and careful about how they say things, and I'm like a bull in a china shop here. So even still being here almost 16 years, a lot of the time I still feel like a stranger.
Yeah,
When I open my mouth, somebody's going to remind me I'm not from here.
for
Happens every
sure.
day, all day. They'll go, "Where are you from, Boston?" I'm like, "Oh my god, no." You have no idea what kind of insult
Yeah,
that was, but no,
yeah.
no. Mhm.
Is there like a Midwest accent over there in Michigan? Is there a thing? Is there
They're
a
like
difference you can tell me?
nasally. They're nasally A
Okay.
for like outside. Detroiters are a little bit more like us.
Yeah.
Um, so they speak matter of fact in how they speak. There's a lot of Southerners that came up, northern migration, car country.
Right.
So there's a lot of that little bit of Southern like country talk, but their
Right.
intent is like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure. She's Danny Parker, entrepreneur, owner at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC, working at the Cheesecake Factory years ago, right? What an
yeah.
experience was that for you? Do you still have cheese mirrors? Is that a thing?
Yes, and I loved it. I mean, I got a lot out of the Cheesecake Factory. I met my husband. I had
Yeah.
kids. We had two collaborations. I met
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Styles, Whitey,
Yeah.
Robbie, Joanne, Jared. Like there were people that like I was so cool with. Like Joanne and I met at we trained. We came in together, and I liked her right off the
Yeah.
get, like right out the gate. And she had gone to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know anybody, so she
Yeah.
was eating Starbursts. And when she was in the bathroom, I folded them back up, like you can, so you think there was more. And as she comes back and she goes, I could see her face like, yeah, I have more Starbursts. And of course there was
Yeah.
none. And she turned around like, who the hell did that? And I was like,
Yeah.
hi. And then we were like this, like
Yeah. Yeah.
whenever I think of my time there, it was with Joanne and Erin and you guys. And
Yeah.
so, but it did teach me a lot of like customer service, humility, humbling. I mean, I had been a waitress and a bartender before that, but that my time there was very well served in how to deal with people, the public.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I still do it now. I'm so sorry. And that one, you probably it'll never leave me.
Yeah.
I say all the time, the best insurance I ever had was United Healthcare, PPO, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Still to this day, couldn't beat it. We have really good health benefits. We were treated very well for
Right.
staff, wait staff.
Yeah.
Um, we were given opportunities for movement and advancement. And now looking back at that, I think it was a gift that, I kind of didn't understand. We all worked hard, and it was
Yeah.
also a good place. Like so many characters there, so many people like in a transition, going somewhere, or maybe you were going nowhere and this is how you worked and this is how you made your way. I mean,
Right.
that's what it was for me when I was there. Um, but we still got something out of it, friendship, learned a good living. We used to kill it back in the day,
Oh, the
you know.
doubles. Forget about it. A lot of money, those doubles.
You
Yeah.
closing D1 on a Monday night, you'd still
Yeah.
make 200 after everybody was gone. Like, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. You, Robbie, Whitey, you guys had a click. You guys had like a name. Was there a name for you guys? You guys always hung out. I'm like, what's going
no,
on with
we
these
did
two?
not. Did we have a name? I don't think so. We were just
Okay.
knuckleheads. We were
Yeah.
like, we were like literally tight. And
Yeah.
Whitey lived in Pearl River too. Whitey was
Yeah.
friends with a lot of my outside cheesecake friends, and Robbie had kind of come along with Whitey, and we
Yeah.
were like some of my favorite times in my life was with the two of them. Robbie is one of the funniest people I've ever met. Same with Whitey. Um,
Yeah.
I remember one time he had a keychain on his, car keys. It was Family Guy, Brian.
Right.
And we called him Whitey, so everybody called him Whitey. And I was like, "Oh, what are you, a big Family Guy fan?" And he's like, "Well, it's my name." I was like, "Family Guy's your name?" Wait a minute, no, Brian. Brian is your name. I spent like years with him, and I like
Yeah.
totally forgot to get an actual name.
Right.
Like, I'm stupid, you know what I mean? But
Oh man. Yeah.
I think we were Whitey and I are the same age. Robbie's not that far behind us, and we just hit it off. Like, uh,
Yeah.
they were great.
Last time you guys spoke, we talking off air, right? You guys spoke like from time to time.
Whitey had come out for a Michigan game, Wisconsin, because he was always like, so
Big
he
Blue
had
fan.
come out, yeah, and he loved Michigan. Him, my ex-husband, and Robbie came out for a game one time, even before my ex and I were even together. So they
Right.
had like a bond over U of M anyway. And
Yeah.
so Whitey had come out for a visit. Robbie I've talked to just on Facebook. I'm like immensely proud of him. I cannot believe, like, talk about entrepreneur and
Yeah.
like doing his thing. I watched you guys' episode and I just, to see my friends be well and do well.
Yeah.
You gotta, it's important, like, especially for our stuff, sharing content, liking how algorithms work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
It
so
is.
to see my old friends doing well, I'm always like, I share, I like, I comment, I know what it takes. Even
Yeah.
my, the net that you cast, it matters. So I try and do my part to help out my friends.
For sure. Goes a long
Yeah.
way. What's the craziest conversations you guys had on those hollowed walls at Cheesecake Factory? You, Whitey, Dre, Robbie, just chilling in the back, in that creepy hallway back there, right? I mean, it's got
Oh
to be
my
some
God.
crazy conversations that took place.
You know who one of my favorite people was? Holly Alouetta.
Shout out to
Holly.
Holly. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
gangster is
Fantastic.
hell. That chick
Yeah,
never disappointed. And
never, never.
Sabrina, remember? Yeah, because she was with Junior. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're still together.
yeah, yeah,
And like we always had like the back hall conversations where we would go dip out to go in the smoker's garden.
right, right, right.
And I don't even think Robbie smoked, and he would come out with us anyway. But we would laugh, we would talk, we would go outside, smoke a cigarette. We talked about, oh my God, anything and everything. Just being like knucklehead degenerates, chicks they want a bag inside, fresh
Yeah,
meat. The new walk when the new girls would come through. Who divvying them up, breaking them down.
man, oh, man, what a time. Tables inside, who cares, right? Looking for a refill? Yeah, we're outside chilling out here. Whatever. They get it when they
Oh,
get it, right?
please. And I always looked out. I'd be like that.
Right.
Stork, go get me, can you go run and get my cheesecake up for, okay. Especially my
Yeah.
ex, I don't know how he ever waited tables without me. The man always was in the weeds. He'd be like, can you go get my desserts for 2 of my 4 tables? I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. And then, we would do doubles all the time because we were grown-ups.
Yeah.
And we didn't have day jobs, and we'd be like, hanging out for hours in the back
Yeah.
dining room, and
Yeah.
just like talking and kicking it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the biggest prankster back then, besides yourself, in your opinion, back there?
Styles was Styles was good with it. He was always good, like for a laugh, cutting it up, playing jokes. Joanne was a big one too. Yeah.
How about Miles? Merles?
Miles, the Shadow Miles was bananas. I worked with Miles at Dave and Buster's before I worked with him at the Cheese, so I had known Miles for years.
Wow.
Miles had come to my house for Christmas Eve. We always
Really?
had, like whatever whoever was orphans, would go to my grandmother's house in Queens, and so Miles was in the inner sanctum. Like we were like wrecked on Christmas Eve, and he's like, "All the Stork women love me." I still love him.
Man.
I don't talk to him as much anymore either, but we had, I think like Miles for sure. He was hilarious. I just think those segmented conversations. Remember, you'd be at the soda fountain and be like, "Sure, I'm off," and then come back 5 minutes later and you pick back up. You and me be standing there.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
yeah. This guy, unbelievable. What was your favorite section? You had a favorite section in there? There's a lot of good sections in that place, right?
D4 all day. D4 was my jam. I'd work a double in D4.
Yeah.
I didn't like D5 too much. D4 or D6 was kind of my jam.
D6. Right.
They did not move me out of there.
Right there. Yeah, everything's
right there. I never forgot about that table. In the beginning, I thought, "Oh, maybe I'm gonna have trouble," but no. I hated opening wine. Hated opening wine for people. I thought it was such a thing. Like, especially there. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. And then I hated birthdays, and we could always call on Miles to do the birthday song, and he would always get our tip up for like making the biggest of deals. Yeah, yeah,
The birthday
it was
song.
good. The
Man,
birthday
we don't
song.
sing the birthday sing anymore. We don't do that anymore because COVID, the whole nine. So no more birthday
Yeah.
song from us. Yeah,
Oh, you guys are lucky. That's
yeah,
nice.
no more
And I
birthday
liked
song.
shift lead. I did love Friday night shift lead was my jam.
Yeah,
I
make some
liked
money.
just
Save
being able to drop off food. Yeah,
and
it was
go.
a nice. Yeah, it was a nice break too. Because you get a little. We've all seen that movie, Waiting. Like,
Yeah, we all see that
yeah,
movie. Yeah,
you
yeah,
get maxed out on people, how they can really be,
for sure.
and pretty ugly. They can be pretty mean,
Yeah,
and it was a good break from that aspect that you couldn't kind of hide from.
for sure.
Yeah, Wasaki was a big jokester too. Remember?
Saki was funny.
Yeah,
He was funny.
yeah.
Who was your go-to manager back then? Who was your go-to?
Wasaki, big
Saki.
time. Mike
Yeah.
Ritchie would give me a hard time. He passed away, didn't he?
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Mike
Yeah.
Ritchie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it was Mike and it was Wasaki. Because Wasaki was from my neighborhood in Queens. He was from Maspeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maspeth.
So we knew. Yeah. So we were like, we always had that.
Yeah.
And his parents were jewelers. And one time my stone fell out of my favorite ring, and he
Right.
took it and replaced it for me. It was so nice of him. Didn't take money. It was like, no, let me do this for you, because I was so upset. I loved it. And he was always like, I thought, like, he was the most realistic uh, go to. Yeah, I got it. That's really what it is at the end of the day, customer service wise.
Yeah.
Was you don't care how it gets done. You just want to make sure that it gets done.
Yeah.
And that's really how he was.
Yeah. What a guy. Wasaki, Eric Wasaki. Shout out to you, Eric. Shout out wherever you
Yeah,
are, wherever you may be listening today. Shout out to
yeah.
you. You ever I haven't ever, pretty much never seen you got so mad, but like, you ever got like really mad at Cheesecake? Like, I guess pissed you off
Oh,
so
well, it
bad.
would. So somebody was expediting one time, and it was not you, and it wasn't Giselle. So also, shout
Okay.
out to Giselle.
Well, thank God it
She was
wasn't
like
me.
the master expediter. It
Yeah,
was
she was
somebody,
great.
and I can't remember who. And the
Yeah.
whole kitchen was like screwing him over, and it
Yeah.
was like the kitchen was down, and I mean, we couldn't even get a nap out.
Yeah.
And I'm literally like spending the whole day
Yeah.
wondering like what the hell is going on. And that time because I really needed the money, rent
Yeah.
was due, I was pretty broke, and I was like, I looked at them, because all those guys we hung out with,
Yeah. For sure.
Nino and the
Yeah.
Pasta
Ninja
Nino,
Blood. Yeah. Oscar Nino.
yeah, Jamal, of course, right? And that
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm standing on the other side, and I'm like, the window, I'm like, you guys, you're screwing us over. Like, I
Yeah.
understand what you're doing, but you're screwing the rest of us over. And so that was a pretty bad day. I'll actually never forget that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much do you miss serving? Can you ever go back to doing that ever again?
I could do it. I don't know if my brain could do it, but I'm pretty high energy where I work. I talk all day.
Yeah.
I work with my hands. I work with the public, and I think that has always served me. I just didn't know how to like translate or get it to real life application. But of course, if I had to, I would. I'd probably
Yeah.
rather bartend. But
Yeah.
I miss the camaraderie. I miss uh, like, just when you're older, it's harder to make friends
Yeah.
if you're not in school, or now when I'm a mom, I have mom friends. But when that kind of life is, you put it away, you walk away from that. When it's done, it's done. So that part I definitely miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your last day at CCF, what was that like? Why did you eventually leave Cheesecake Factory?
I got a job. I had started dating my ex-husband seriously, and
Okay.
he had said, he was like, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? And even as a kid, nobody really had asked me. It was
Yeah.
like, what do you want to do with yourself? And I had worked jobs. I had many jobs, because it's expensive back home. So
Right.
I had 2 and 3 for the vast majority of my adult life until I came here. And so he had said that, and I was like, I don't know. And when I had really sat down and thought about it, I was like, I liked makeup, I liked skin, and so it was figuring out, like, I needed to settle down. I was kind of a maniac. I was still like partying and hanging out with you guys all the time.
Yeah.
And so I think in order to be taken more seriously by him, I needed to be more serious myself. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I think it's time to get back into a 9 to 5 type role. And I had worked for outpatient PT. I knew how to do medical billing, and so I had gone back and I had done that, and that was kind of the beginning of the path. I had my son and went to school, and it all kind of transitioned at once. I don't even remember my last day. I kind of don't. I asked them to write me off the schedule,
Right.
and I think that was it. That was like kind of the end. Yeah,
There was no like going away party or announcement. It was just like Daniel's gone. That was it. It's
gone.
just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we should have had one. We
Oh
did
yeah.
have a lot of parties though. We
We
went to
did
the
have a lot of
hotel a lot.
parties. We did. We did. The
Yeah.
Hody. Yeah. The Hody. Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the Hody a lot. Good
Yeah.
times. Hmm.
When was the last time you actually walked into CCF? Like, bring back any memories, like thoughts, like anything?
We had one. We have one out here. We have one in
Okay.
Novi.
Okay.
And so it's still a 2 hour wait at lunch. So I don't get there that often. And it's like a half hour for me now. It's in
Okay.
between where I work and where I live. So it's always interesting to see how much the menu changes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, God, stop touching my favorite stuff. Like,
Yeah.
would you leave it alone? You know? So that seems like it's never going to change. But
Yeah.
the the life, like I always bragged. I was like, they make everything in house, and
Yeah.
we had to learn everything, drink the drinks, eat the cheesecake, eat the food. The training was legit. I
Yeah.
remember taking that test and like being nervous because I needed that job. And
Yeah.
so it definitely made me the best server I was, because
Right.
I did know that whole menu in and out. And that
Sure.
part, and it actually helped me in this career now, was really to like understand the nucleus of what it is that we're doing here, and like take the time and do it right. Because when you set out an aesthetic, right, being a business owner, and how you carry that out and deliver that out, you can't be everywhere.
Right.
How do you do that? And so that training and what it was, I get it now, because it was instilling like, this is how we want you to be throughout. And
Yeah.
it definitely helped. It definitely did carry things out, even down to our whites, ironing
Yeah.
the seam, being like
Yeah.
having everything pristine and clean. We definitely, you were always the cleanliest, but
Yeah. Thank
we always pride ourselves on being like crispy and looking
you. Yeah.
looking the best that we could.
Looking like a
Yeah,
big old original cheesecake, right? All white,
yeah,
top to
yeah.
bottom.
The weots. Yeah.
What was your favorite meal on the menu, by the way,
Oh,
back then?
Jamaican jerk shrimp, Jamaican miso salmon,
Okay.
the luau salad. When they still, I don't even think they still have
They
that.
don't have that anymore, no?
No.
That's gone. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then, of course, the CNA.
Yeah,
Uh,
CNA. Little CNA.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Those are my favorites. I would always get those to go.
That's
Cheesecake was
awesome.
always, oh my God, lemon raspberry with the raspberry puree on the side.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's still on
yes,
the
that was
menu.
my favorite.
Fantastic.
Oh, is it?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic. That's awesome.
yeah. We would get, we would be real fat asses and get blackout cake with extra fudge on the side and raspberry. Yeah.
Blackout cake, the mud pie. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
oh
and the
man.
two bakery chicks that we loved, like
Yeah.
that, like started to become one us. Member was Eri and Fallon,
Yeah.
because they had come out of the bakery and they were on wait staff with us, and they were
Yeah.
like these like young impressionable girls. And we
Yeah.
were like, thank
You
God
have
we didn't
no
ruin
idea
them,
what
but
you're
they were
doing.
done pretty close. They're like such good, good grown up women now, like doing their
Yeah.
thing. But man, oh man, I love those two. And they were like, oh, you never tried this? I was like, what? No, like dulce de leche with like caramel on the side, like extra, I was like,
Yeah.
this is great. This is why
Yeah.
getting the ideas.
Those two. Shout out to those two, Aaron and Fallon.
Heck yeah, yeah.
Gems. Two gems. There is this video on you on Facebook. I laughed my ass off, right? Like I saw this video. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. What does the last day of working for someone else look like? You were dancing hysterical.
Okay. I was
Did you
dancing up
enjoy
again.
the job? Right? I hopefully ever
Yes.
won't, wasn't the only thing changed 7 years ago. This was one of the best days of my life. Last day working for someone else. You were jamming out of the jammy
Yeah.
jams, hysterical. Tell us about that. Can you do that dance today, by the way?
I could do it at the end. Yeah. Yes. I had So basically, I've been working for other people. The business that I was working for was
Right.
very successful in Ann Arbor. We were the best. And
Yes.
for those of you who don't know what I do, I'm an esthetician. So we wax, we do skincare, facials, everything. So it's really hard work. It's manual
Right.
labor. We had the most estheticians I'd ever seen. Even when I worked Midtown Manhattan, I worked at Red Door, and we had more waxers in Ann Arbor, Michigan than we did in Midtown Manhattan. So
Right.
that aesthetic and the workload, I was the head of my department. I have had apprentices over the years teaching people doing what I do. And so it was an immense amount of pressure, and I was really unhappy. And it was a toxic work environment in every sense of the way. But I loved everybody that I had worked with, so it was so bittersweet.
Yeah.
And I had finished, and then I'm a very like one door closes and another one opens, and so I know I was a very heavy hitter for them. My books were I would schedule over a month in advance, and I
Wow.
know my leaving would be a very big hit to them. I loved the owner's husband. We were very good friends. He was my emergency contact for my kids because we live here. We have no family here, so the people that I did have, it was bitter. It was definitely hard to leave that, and
Right.
so my last day was like every cell of my body was so excited because I was doing my own thing my way. I wasn't like I was even I had to do things in a way like this is how you use these things, and we need to make sure. But in the same, I get it. Same like the cheese. Like this is how I want this communicated and delivered. I don't really care what you think about it. It's I
Yeah.
don't. This is what I want you to do. And
Yeah.
so for that, I understood it and I respected it, but I did not like it. And I wanted to be able to roll with things because everybody's different. Their skin is different. Their hair is different. How you use and what you do is different. And so I literally pick things up and put them down now on my own. Where
Yeah.
there I couldn't, and that was like probably one of the best things I had ever done. And I hit the ground running. My
Yeah.
first day to my every day, I'm booked solid all day, every day. And so I think just having that moment was the last client I had. It
Yeah.
was New Year's Eve. There was a lot. It was a very symbolic time, and I was so excited. And everybody was so excited for me, you know.
Right.
And that was really like that was it too. Like I had a lot of people rooting for me. My mom, my dad, my support systems, my sons. I mean, my son was if he's 16, he was 9 at the time, 8.
8 years
He
ago.
would
Yeah.
be at
8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be at school, and I remember his principal was like, "Oh, we saw your mom open her own business." He was like, "You should go to her." She goes, "I already do." He goes, "Looks like you need to get in." It was, I was like, "Tyler, take it easy."
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I had a lot of people cheering me on, and I it was great, and they still are. They still do.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Amazing. I saw that. I'm like, this is fantastic. I have to bring this up at some point. I'll get it in the
It's
show
very
at
me
some point.
too, because
Very, very
I'm
true.
still a clown. I can't take myself too. I like to joke. I
Right.
can't take myself too seriously because there's just so much in the world to be upset and sad at. And the
Yeah.
only thing I control, I do think sometimes I still got to remember people want me to be serious for them. So I do
Yeah.
rein it in, but I'm gonna always be me, and I'm
Yeah.
always gonna and that's part of what I love about what I do now is I'm very much 100% myself, and I don't have to. If you don't like it, you don't come back, and that's cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah. We all got
yeah,
choices, right? And options, right? So
yeah, yeah.
amazing. She's Danny Parker, entrepreneur, owner at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC. Motherhood, two young men. How did that change your life for the best?
I mean, I think honestly, the minute my son peeled his little eyes open, and I know it sounds cliche because everybody says that, oh, kids changed my life.
Yeah.
But for me, that's what made me an adult. I really understood how much my mom and my dad loved me when I had my son.
Yeah.
And that made me I'm one of the most Kemford, people call me a pillar of my community, which is wild to think like how
Yeah.
far I've come and where I am now. I've gone on to run nonprofits, start nonprofits, huge with volunteering still to this day. We do a lot of, we give back to our community, and our community gives back to us when we've needed it. And I think emulating the kind of adult and human being that I want to instill in my kids is the best part of motherhood, is the best part of everything I do. When I die, everybody's going to know that I love my kids. That's
Yeah.
like, and that's the biggest compliment that anybody could ever pay me, is that I love my sons.
Awesome.
So it was huge. Yeah.
The fact that they're biracial, right? In today's world, you scared for them going out in today's world? Did you have a
Yeah.
talk with them? I'm sure they're good kids,
Yes.
right? Overall.
Yes. Yeah. Um, as you know, I mean, there's a lot of situations that come up that people talk like, I'm white, you're white, so we must think alike. And
Yeah.
no, we don't. My kids are black and I'm a spy. So, I'm very vocal about all of it, my place. And I would say things to them like my younger son, he's an advocate like me, he's very politically active. And I said things to them like, I've been living this black life with you. And I did not mean that like I don't know my place in this space. I mean that like, as your white mom, I've been living this black life with you. And that means a whole lot. I'm going to get it about as much as I can get it. I'm
Yeah.
afraid for them to get on a plane. I'm afraid for them to leave Michigan. ICE is not here. They don't look half black. They look Middle Eastern. They look Latin. They look like they don't belong here. And that scares me tremendous. Even 19, I'm like, you don't understand. If something happened to you, I could not live. And so for that, it's selfish. I don't want anything bad to happen to you for me. I couldn't handle it. We go to
Yeah.
protests, we go to marches, because I want them to know and see what their whiteness provides for them, and even those layers of them being light skinned and how that protects them too,
Yeah.
and their facets in life and adulthood and how they operate and move as men. And that, I see a lot of white women who have mixed kids that do not embrace their blackness at all. Hair, culture, skin, friends, who they rock with, they don't do it. But everybody in my life is our family, and I've not consciously made those choices like, I better get me some black friends. I just, this is my life. And
Yeah.
I've always felt like looking it as you have to for for you, for
Yeah.
them. Trayvon Martin, that was a very big lesson. They leave their house. I'm like, take your hoodie off, take your headphones off. Do not walk around like that. You just don't understand. And that even those small lessons every day, it's scary, you know.
Yeah. You guys share locations. I'm sure you know where they're at 24/7, right?
Yeah, Life 360. And I check it, you know. If
Wow.
somebody's got to ride the bus, 10 o'clock at night, as we're divorced. And
Yeah.
so I'm not like monitoring them, but because you got to prepare them, give them steps to independence in their life.
For sure.
But if I get a notification that their phone's low, I'll see it, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, you good? Where you at? Or,
Right.
my older son too. I'm like, he gets pulled over in Ann Arbor. I never do. I drive like I stole it. This kid drives 10 and 2 like he's fine, and he's the one who's always getting pulled over. And how do I
Yeah.
tell my kid, I can do whatever I want, kid, but not you.
Yeah.
I hate it, and I want them to see me stick up for them. I want them to know that I always have their back.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You ever get weird looks in public, like you're walking down the street, you give it right back to them,
Yes.
like you and
Oh yeah.
the two
Oh
boys, like are they together, or the mom and
yep.
and sons,
Yeah.
or
We
whatever the
do.
case may be?
So after their dad and I split, that was one thing, of course, that might be white. I did not even consider, was
Right.
the next guy that I was with a white guy. And
Okay.
we had an instance where upstate Michigan we got militia. The Klan's still alive and well out here in some areas. So we were somewhere and someone had said the N word to my younger son. And this guy, he adored my children. He was super empathetic. I could not wait for him to get up real time. It's too important. These are my kids' lives.
Right.
And I did not realize how important it was. And so for me, I was like, well, I kind of can't, I'm not going to date white guys. I can't.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. We would get looks more
Yeah.
when their father and I were together. I knew there was the difference with, say, an older woman who would see us
Right.
and look at us lovingly, like I do when I see a small young family, and I cherish those times and I miss that. I can tell that difference as opposed to this one, you two match, right? Now the man that I'm with, they don't look like him. He's much shorter. There is no, there's no making any, like, that's definitely not their dad. But
Yeah.
I also have stepchildren, and we look like the blend that we are. They do more so than even me. I think
Right.
now I'm the odd guy out, and that's fine. You know me. I stay going. What are you looking? What are you looking
Y-
at? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it
you got a
moving.
problem? You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a picture. Or even when we're out, with the way people will address my dude, I'll be like, "Who are you talking to?" Don't
Yeah.
no, don't do
Yeah.
that. Because if he does it, then he's an angry black man. If I do it, it's something
Yeah.
else. So yeah,
Your kids understand this, what's going on in the world, the difference of,
yes,
we went through, what they're going through. They understand. You tell them.
yes, yeah. We talk about it at great lengths,
Okay.
and I know their father does too. So
Okay.
for that, we will always, be on that same page as far as parenting goes. We have my younger son at his school started a club. It's called Social Blind Spots, and they talk about what goes on in the rest of the world, where we don't do that here, right? I mean, being in a place where we're accustomed to people not being from here, or first generation or immigrants, it's nothing to us. Everybody we know is not is not a Native American. But these kids, where they are, there's a lot less of that here. And so
Mhm.
for them to be able to understand their place in the world, I think I'm very proud of him. He's like, oh, it's so important what's going on in the world now. We're going to vote in 2 years. Um, I think we need to talk about stuff that's going on here. And I'm like, I hear you, but you really don't know what
Yeah.
goes on. And that's why a lot of people don't like Americans, is because Americans learn about America and the rest of the world learns about the rest of the world. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's like we definitely talk about literally everything all the time. Everything's always a history lesson.
Yeah. Two
Yeah.
young men. What they want to be when they grow up? Anything? Any ideas?
My older son is working on being a firefighter, first an ENT medic, and then in Detroit, I think you have to do both at the same time. But you have
Okay.
to start out paramedic ENT, and then you can get into that. And so he's on his path for that. And my younger son wants to be a doctor. He's got a scholarship ready to go. U of M, all 4 years, tuition based.
Man,
Yeah, I
awesome,
was super
man.
excited, super proud of him. He just has to get
Yeah.
in. It's a
Right.
program that he's in from his school. His school is one of the best in the state. He goes to a baccalaureate school. And so, yeah, he's, it's partly the parent of an immensely smart person. I'm like, are you okay? Does mom have to get you a tutor? I can't help
Yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
have a hard time even putting fractions together, but
You got
um,
it.
I dropped out of math in the ninth grade. But
Yeah.
he spends a lot of time at Michigan, and they that's part of their program, is making him uh, accustomed to university life, being on campus. They move and they learn the programs that the school has to offer. So he said, if I have free school, I'm doing it to the fullest. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to make the most of that free tuition. And it's like, it's incredible that
Yeah.
at 15, 16, he has that kind of
Drive,
self,
mentality.
yeah, and drive, yeah.
Yeah. Any silver sibling rivalry between those two? Any fights growing up?
Yeah,
Big one versus small one?
yeah, they got a little of the mixed kids. They got their mom's hair. Like, they were with me through COVID, and
Yeah.
my older son was like, "I have a mustache. Who's going to teach me how to shave it?" I was like, "Who do you think gave that to you? It wasn't your dad. uh, you're, you're lucky your
Yeah.
mother deals with hair." So
Yeah.
a little bit of that. My older son is gorgeous, and he's all the best parts of his father and I. And
Okay.
it's got to be hard to be your big brother is an Adonis and beloved. He's not like Andre or me. He's tall, he's shy, he's quiet. He's
Okay.
nothing like us, and so he's
Right.
like crack to girls,
Yeah.
and he looks like that.
Yeah.
So it's probably not easy to be the younger brother, but the little one has a lot more charisma. He's a lot more. He's a charmer, and
Yeah.
so those things suits him well. He's going to make somebody very happy one day.
Sure.
He's got a good heart. They both do.
You and Dre in the end, right? You guys are together for a while. Why didn't it work out? There's always two sides to every story, right? A little
Yeah,
cut
I think
short story, short, make it short, sweet.
it was honestly, I think being out here on our own magnified our problems. And we had
Okay.
not, and it was like once that started, it just totally unraveled. He was gone a lot, he was coaching, and he wasn't home a lot. And I had really just made on my own life, kind of just worked him out of it because he wasn't around. And that a lot of coaches' wives know that. And so for that, I think that that was the beginning of the end of our problems. And then we're both really strong willed. Like,
Okay.
you ain't
Right.
telling me nothing either, and he's the
Right.
same way. And so I think we were too much alike, really is, I think, ultimately was the end. But I'm not going to say I got my sons, I got the best parts of him. And he's a
Right.
great dad. He loves them tremendously. And so, we will always be able to have that as our sons.
How are you guys today? You guys still get along? You guys talk cordially?
No, not
Right.
really. I mean, I don't even see him. I moved an hour away, and now
Okay.
like I have my new relationship. So no, wish him the best. Hope he's doing well. I hope he gets. Everybody deserves to be happy.
For sure.
Yeah.
You ever see yourself getting married someday? Marriages
Oh, if
today
this guy
versus
asked
back in the
me,
day?
I would. Yeah, I would say yes in a heartbeat. I
Okay.
love my dude. We've been together 5 years.
Right.
Now we have family. Now we have my Detroit family, and they're amazing. I
Right.
feel like they love me as much as I've loved them. Each and every one of them. He has a big family, and they've taken me and my sons in like one of their own. And I honestly, I don't think I'd be able to stick it out here after the divorce without them.
Yeah,
So he
for
has
sure.
been a gift. He is like he's my best friend. He pushes me. He gives me ideas. He's an entrepreneur too. He's in nursing school full time right now. But when I met him, he had his own business. So he was like, "Oh, you got to do this." Like, he pushed
Yeah.
me to like move out of where I was, take
Right.
on a building, rent out like you, like have renters,
Yeah.
have tenants, and how my business was going to grow. He's always like, what's the
On
next
top
move?
of
What
it.
are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great like that. We're always on. He literally is by my side, like, that my skincare line is called Parker Banks. His last name is Banks. We just thought it was
Cool.
like a cool name because it
Parker
sounds
Bank
money,
together. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we loved it, and we will never have kids, but that's kind of like that's like my baby. So
Yeah.
something that we created.
Marriage today versus back in the day. What's the biggest difference in your opinion?
The internet,
Mm,
the internet, social
yeah.
media. It is
Yeah.
the problem. It is the root of. I mean, I'm going to treat you how I'm going to treat you like the adult you are. I'm going to take you
Right.
at your word. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not stalking. I'm not creeping. I don't look through phones. I can't cheat in peace. Okay, I can't.
Yeah.
I got a day. I got too much shit to worry about.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, there's nothing I'm going to do that's going to stop you. It's in you. You can have
Yeah.
integrity or you don't. Or you date and you say I'm dating and you're dating and we're cool until we decide we're going to stop fucking other people. I guess is when that's the beginning of our relationship. But like I I can't even imagine that was also ultimately the end of my marriage was that, I was talking to somebody else and that's how that ended. And so for that, that's me. I did that, you know. Whereas I'm sure he was doing it too. Like, let's be real. But I don't really care enough to go through the minutia. All I know is that it was the problem. And
Yeah.
so hopefully, you learn from your mistakes. And I have enough integrity to say, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, let's be
Yeah.
grown ups and see what it is. What's
Right.
with all the lying and like, just be real.
Yeah.
I think right at our age, don't you think you just get to a point where you just like say the thing
Enough
and
is
like be
enough. Just
done?
say it. Yeah. Yeah. Just be
Yeah,
done with it.
yeah,
Why prolong the inevitable, right? Just
yeah.
get it over with. She's Danny Parker, entrepreneur at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC, joining us on the program today. Dave Chappelle, one of the best comedians that ever graced the stage back in the day.
I love him.
I know you love some
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle. The first two
yeah,
seasons, amazing. Then he vanished, wildly successful. What
yeah.
happened to Dave? What do you think? What happened there?
I think he's a genius. Did you see the last one on Netflix?
I just saw a little bit of it. I got to watch the whole thing. I know you
It
saw
was
it, right?
kind of funny. It was like more profound than it was overtly funny. Like if I had paid for
Okay.
that, I would have been pissed. Knowing
Right.
what tickets go for him, right? But
Yeah.
the last couple, he can even laugh at himself because he had the one out here in Detroit where he got like messed up and they
Man,
booed him out of Detroit, right?
were you
So
there?
no, I wish I was, but he
Okay.
talks about it even like,
Yeah.
I think he is one of the funniest people ever, and has
Yeah.
stayed consistent. Like Kevin Hart's kind of fallen off. We've seen him, Chris Rock. Everybody eventually they lose what makes them funny,
Right.
and also love Sebastian Maniscalco because he's Italian, but
Mhm.
he's from the Midwest. So what my kids have associated in the line with being a New Yorker or an Italian, like it's fun to watch him because the stories like and what they've assigned. Um, and I think like Dave is very much like that too. Like he lives in Ohio. He's from DC. He spent a lot of
Yeah.
time in New York. His whole like there's a lot of parallels. We're similar in age. The things he
Right.
did. I don't know. Maybe I think he's hilarious because we're the same age.
Yeah.
It's like he's hilarious. So
Those
remember
skits
we would watch Kill. We watched Kill Him Softly a million times.
a
All of
million
us
times.
can
Yeah.
recite
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole special. Yeah, and the
Man,
Chappelle show.
it
Remember
was
you all would come
fantastic.
over to our apartment and watch them.
We
It was
watch
on
it all
Monday
the
nights.
time. Yeah. How
Yes,
about those
yes,
skits, right? The race draft, right? Rick James, the Diddy
yes,
skit, Clayton Biggums,
yeah,
Charlie Murphy, you know? I mean,
yeah, yeah.
bleep your couch, right?
That's
I
right. That's right.
mean, is he your
Cocaine's a
favorite
hell of a
comedian?
drug.
Oh, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Mm,
I mean, is he your favorite comedian of all time, Chappelle?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Okay.
I mean, I love George Carlin too. Like he's great.
Right.
I like smart people. I
Yeah.
like my dude is smart. He's one of the smartest people I know. He's also one of the funniest people I ever met. If you put a mic in this dude's hand, he's pretty funny too. But
Right.
it's like a high level intelligence, how to put things together, and how
Yeah.
to find the humor in something that's even miserable is like that's excellent.
Thoughts on Will Smith? The whole slapping incident with Chris Rock. Thoughts
I was
on
like,
that?
oh,
I mean,
not in front of the white folks. Don't do that. Yeah, don't you can't do that. That was crazy. But
yeah.
I felt bad for him. She threw him that side eye. It was like a language.
Yeah.
When you're together with somebody for a certain amount of time, you
Right.
have body language, and
Yeah.
she gave it to him.
Hmm.
He knew it. He knew he had to do something because at first he laughed like the rest of us did,
Right.
and then he had got the way he got up and the aftermath. He robbed. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Chris. I don't think Chris Rock is anything. I think he's done a lot of screwed up shit too. But he took a lot from a lot of people. He
Yeah.
really humiliated him.
Yeah.
He had done something that nobody should have done. It was so wild. It was like Sharon Moore. It was
Yeah.
like watching this like car wreck of somebody's downfall. He was clearly on a down, and we saw it, and that was sad for the both of them.
To see. Yeah,
To
for
be
sure.
honest,
Comedian.
how could Chris Rock have known that that was what was coming?
That was gonna come.
I thought
Yeah.
it was a joke.
Surreal. Yeah,
Yeah,
surreal moment. Just so surreal. Like, Jada was looking at him like, you're just gonna sit down there and just let this guy talk about me like this. And he just got up and did what he did. Comedians being attacked on stage after the incident, right? At the end of the day, it's just comedy, right? What do you make of that?
yeah. I think it's interesting because Puff saved uh, uh, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Somebody went after Dave on stage, and Puff tackled him. Remember, that was like years and
Yeah.
years ago. But I feel like you, as liberal as I am, as progressive as I am, I think you still have to be able to say you have a space, you have a place. You should be able to say it. Free speech is free speech.
Right.
If you mean it, you got to do it for everybody.
For
So I
sure.
don't like canceling people. I don't think anybody should be getting hurt or things, even like any kind of violence, political violence, anything like that. I don't think that anybody should be doing that for any
Yeah.
reason. If you don't like it, scroll. You don't like
Yeah.
it, do something else. Like turn it off. So that because I'm outspoken. So for me,
Sure.
I have a lot of people. I tell people all the time. I'll be like, I wish I could see when somebody unfriended me so I could like it. Yeah.
They should make that, right? Instagram, Facebook, if you're
Yeah.
listening, Zuckerberg out there,
Yeah.
make that an option,
That's right.
please.
Yeah. Don't announce your exit.
Um,
Just go.
just go. Hey, I met Matt Rife, by the way, Cheesecake Factory. Great guy. Took a picture with him. Fantastic. Are you a fan of Matt Rife, his work?
No, I don't. Who's that?
Matt Rife, comedian. Matt Rife, white dude, young dude. He sounds like,
Oh my God, yes,
yeah,
that's right. Oh
right,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. He
yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I met him at Cheesecake. He was dining in. I met him. Everyone was going crazy. He was fantastic. Great dude, man. His comedy
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah, he's funny and he puts things in a perspective I think that all of us can really like. I've seen
yeah,
a lot of those on TikTok, his like little
yeah,
snips, and
yeah,
they're like very relatable, really goddamn funny.
yeah. He
Yeah,
sold out Madison
same.
Square Garden like twice. Like he is just
Yeah,
like unbelievable, unbelievable.
yeah, yeah.
Thoughts on Diddy? You ever fan of his? P Diddy?
No. And I've been saying it for like 30 years. But I
Okay.
knew somebody that was a intern for him and it did not go well in the way, like pressure, everything. I feel like
Yeah.
he had uh, profited off of somebody else's death several times over.
Yeah.
So no, definitely not. And then all of the other stuff. Like there was that and then all of the other stuff, you know.
Yeah. The
I didn't even
Tupac,
need all the
Biggie.
Cassie stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
Did
you
you
watch
watch
that?
the yeah, I did. I did actually. It was
Yeah.
very gripping. I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, next
Yep.
episode, next episode. Crazy. That Chappelle skit always takes me back though, right? Favorite rapper of all time. Dylan, 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 Dylan,
Even he and
Dylan.
I say it. We'd be
I
like,
spit hot
Dylan,
current.
Dylan, Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That part, I think, with the two dudes in the apartment when they're doing the making the band, and he gets on a guy's shoulders and he takes his,
Yeah.
his blacks and he snatches them. I mean, it was like hard to not make fun of that, but that would never be on TV now. He would
No.
never be allowed to do and talk to people like he did. I mean,
Right.
there's a difference between being outspoken and there's a difference between being cruel. And like
Yeah.
that dude was cruel for sport, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that they all had kind of known it, and that was Dave's way of pointing attention to it
Right.
in a tongue in cheek kind of way.
Yeah.
I just don't think everybody else had really understood it or got it for what it was. But
Yeah. Unbelievable stuff. She's Danny
yeah,
Parker, entrepreneur, owner at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC, residing in Michigan. What's that like compared to New York? Is Michigan
I
a
love
home
Michigan.
now?
Oh,
Yeah,
Michigan is definitely my home. Michigan is beautiful. Like
yeah,
there are things here that we go salmon fishing in October, November, Tippy Dam, Manistee River, and we
wow,
have salmon that spawn here. You know, Lake Michigan is blue, like the Caribbean. And when I first moved here, I was like, "What do you mean sand dunes? Like I grew up on Long Island. Like, what do you mean dirt
yeah,
jumps? Like, were you excited because it's so flat here? But they are palisades of sand dunes as far as I can see. They're 500 feet down. Like, you would need a helicopter to pull you out. And some of them go for miles and miles.
yeah,
And there's even lakes inside of those. And I think that New Yorkers are very arrogant. Everybody thinks it's so great there, and there's nothing
yeah.
past Westchester. You know,
Right, right.
so to that, go ahead and stay there because there's the rest of like everything else up because they just ruin it. Look at
Yeah,
Florida. Look at North and South Carolina. They're like locusts.
yeah,
So we are we're very lucky here in that way. Um, Detroiters are very tough people. They're very proud people. They went through a lot. Detroit got forgotten about,
right.
and it was shitty. And now Detroit's amazing. It was like the richest city in the world at one time.
Wow.
So here, like, like my dude one time, I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, of course I know how to dress. I'm from New York,
Yeah.
like, what are you saying? But to him,
Right.
it's like he said to me, he was like, you come to Detroit to learn how to put it together, and they really are like that here. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's a great place to be. I wish more people would come here. If you know me, you can come out to visit.
Yeah.
We can go to Michigan games. It would be great if you came. If Styles
Yeah.
came, what? That
Oh
would be
man,
so
forget
fun.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like the Rust Belt feeling, right? Midwestern,
yeah,
something unique on its own, right? Michigan, right?
yeah, yeah.
Somebody outside of the outdoors, right? Like outside of Michigan, not living there. What would you tell them? What's like one thing that's like misunderstood about living in Michigan?
I think, especially if I was telling somebody from home, I think everybody
Okay.
thinks it's like rusted out cars and post-apocalyptic,
Yeah.
like like the Bronx. Sorry, but I mean that is the best way I could equate it to what the perception is, as opposed to the reality. Whereas we have a huge foodie community, they love their stuff here. There's just so much to do and so much to see that that's what I tell people is like, come with an open mind, bring a car. You need one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you want to be able to see and do as much as possible. Winters are hard here. I thought it was going to be, when people said hard winters, I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be like tunneling my way to the car every day in the snow, but it's
Mhm.
gray. It's really gray. And
Yeah.
so I've gotten accustomed to that. Now I embrace it. You recharge, you get back into yourself. I plan for the business. I do that kind of stuff where, I used to get really seasonally depressed, you know,
Right.
and
Right.
now, it's different. There's just, there's milestones back home. The ethnicity gives you those mile markers. Like everybody knows Puerto Rican Day Parade. Everybody
Right.
knows St. Patty's Day. Everybody knows, these landmark days that we San Gennaro and all the things that we all do. But
Right.
here, that's not here. They have way more community pride. Farmers markets are cool. Uh, Outdoor stuff, bars, just reasons to commune with your
Yeah.
people in your neighborhood is very big here.
That's amazing. What's the
Yeah.
biggest challenge facing your local community right now, you would say?
Housing market is bananas here. It's
Okay.
exploded. It's very, very. Ann Arbor is unaffordable. The neighboring
Expensive. Super
towns,
expensive.
yeah, U of M, it's inflated. The student population, arguably whoever did it. I have my theories on how it got to this way, but it is what it is. And me earning a very good living, I could no longer afford it. I had to move,
Yeah.
and so that was the tough part. Ann Arbor is great. U of M
Yeah.
is great. It's a Ivy League education at a public university, but there's all of those things too that go with it.
Long Island, New York, Rockland County. How has Michigan shaped you personally and professionally?
I think I tell people I'm a Midwesterner now. I'd be like, "Oh,
That's
I'm from
it.
the Midwest." I know it's just crazy. I think definitely the ability to be objective and maybe keep some of my opinions to myself. Shockingly, I have more. I do stifle them, but there's this way of like we don't always got to say the thing here. Um, you don't have to be rude. There's kindness is cool. Uh, just being like your best Midwest self is oh bless your heart, oh bless
Yeah.
her heart, and that like coming here at being 30 was a very impressionable time for me being a new mom, and it was the best thing for me. It made me who I am coming here. The people here, the community here, and the friends that I've made. That's my chosen family, and without them, I've learned a lot of lessons and some like, oh, maybe somebody doesn't have money, where we would be like, okay, fine, whatever, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
But not the other side of like the choices that come of it or how that affects them, what they're going to do, what can they bring to the table. That was also my working with nonprofits and donating and donating my time, donating money, donating whatever we can to help people out. That came from here too. I know I wasn't a nice person always back home, but here has changed me considerably.
Sure. Well
Yeah,
said. Well said. Well said. You're an
thanks.
entrepreneur, business owner, the final boss, right? Where did that
Yes,
idea come from? Starting your own business? Any obstacles along the way?
COVID. I've had tons of obstacles, honestly.
Yeah.
My divorce, housing markets, housing crash. COVID was right when I started on my own. 2019, I was established, and then COVID hit, and it was scary. Gig workers, remember, as you know, we were not getting paid, and I could have hired somebody. I almost started out like, okay, I'm ready. I could take somebody on. As a
Right.
small business owner, as you know, you don't want to overextend your hand, especially in a line of credit, because something can happen, like a pandemic,
Yeah.
and then you can't pay the bills. I didn't take out a PPP loan. Thank God, I almost did. I saved money. I had a little bit of savings, and honestly, my community helped me. I did a lot of volunteer work, and being a mom at my kid's school. When that happened, I had a lot of people reach out. I had people flat out gave me money, just gave
Wow.
it to me. Don't give it back. And I will never forget it. And I have always said thank you. I give away free services. I'm like, I'm great now, you know?
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
but the esteem that I have, the people that I would never even have thought of would help me. I didn't even ask. I was scared and I was alone. I was
yeah.
newly divorced and, you know, the world was frozen and it was like, what am I going to do? I didn't get unemployment because, of the crap, Michigan. I don't know. We have Marvin. It was a shit show. And
Yeah.
so, I didn't get it until later. And even that, you couldn't do shit with it, you know, with two little kids. My
Yeah.
landlord was cool. I painted houses. That's what I did. I painted houses instead, which wasn't the worst. I was outside with shirtless men with tans, um, painting houses. So that was actually not so bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but for that, and you know, everybody thought I didn't know what I was doing, but I did, and the little bit of Spanish I spoke helped out.
Yeah.
And so shout out to them for like giving me a job and taking a chance on some mom, you know, coming to paint some
Yeah.
houses. Like, but that's what
Crazy.
got me through.
It's like the world was ending, right? You wanted this opportunity for so long. We worked so hard, and then all of a sudden, the
Yep,
world's ending. We've never seen anything like this before. It's like, what do
yep,
we do? How do we navigate? What's tomorrow
yep,
going to be like? What do you tell your kids?
yep.
And the most
And it really
important,
was like that. Yeah, we were
yeah,
scared. We were terrified. And then remember, it was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get sick or we can't have contact.
yeah,
Like I was doing what I thought was the right thing to do, and
yeah,
isolating and sheltering in place. And you know, Ann Arborites, Michiganders are very rule followers. We didn't have like everybody did what they were supposed to do. And
correct.
so, you know, that was a big hurdle. And then, growth, expansion. You know, there's hard times sometimes. Our current economy has been questionable, like with all the tariffs and the jobs here, like closing Department of Education and defunding scared a lot of the university is my bread and butter and the
Yeah,
jobs they're in. Ann Arbor's economy is usually self-sustaining until now. And so you got to diversify. You got to learn how to, you know, students, I used to have them. I do again. And how do you capture them? What do you do? Social media. Thank God I have teenagers that show me how to, you know, use stuff and utilize things, TikToks, Instagram, that kind of stuff. I have them help me with that. Thank God I don't have to pay anybody. But
yeah,
uh, as you know, those ebbs and flows with business, I've just learned the feast or famine can be scary. So
sure.
the baseline is very important, and how do we keep that established? You know,
Yeah. Ever felt like defeated? Like, why am I doing this? Maybe I'm over my head. I'm done. What kept you going in all this darkness during that time?
I think well, keeping a roof over my kid's head, that was
Yeah,
definitely like I can't go back home. What am I gonna do? Go home like with these two
yeah,
little kids,
yeah,
and you know their dad's here. Like, how are we gonna do that? So that during the COVID times, I think now it's like I have a lot of pride. I got 900 plus 5-star reviews. Nothing outside of a 5-star review. Not one. Even Reddit. Sorry, that's my bulldog.
yeah,
Not even Reddit. Like I stay. I do 150% for a reason, because even if it's 100%, you know what I mean. I'm giving you 100, and that's
yeah,
like I've always gone above and beyond to the best of my ability for these times. And
yeah,
that strength of when people, I ask people all the time, you know, when they come see me their first time, I'll be like, you know what, no tip necessary. Thank you very much. Please tell everybody about the time that you had with me. The
yeah.
best thing you can do for me is tell people about me. There's so much
Spread the
strength
word,
in,
spread the message.
yes,
Yeah,
this is who I see, instead of like, oh, this is who I found on Google. I don't even have to
yeah,
pay for advertising.
absolutely.
My strength and the word of mouth does it for me.
Yeah. Someone
Yeah.
listening out there today, tell them about your business, the hours, location, how to get in touch with you. What do you do? What do you guys specialize in?
So my business is called Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing. I'm located in downtown Ann Arbor. We have parking. I have nice lots. You don't have to walk to get to me. I do skincare and waxing. And so when I started out my business, what I really wanted to focus on was what I thought, you know, you try, what's your niche? What makes you
Yeah,
special and different
right.
to everybody else? And that's the advice I give to because a lot of people reach out to me and ask me for advice or how we do it. And so the best thing I can say is what makes you you, and really think about that and how do you expand on that. And so I tell people all bodies, men, women, which I love because I know football, soccer, baseball. Half of my clients are men, and
Wow.
so I decidedly my business is gender neutral for a reason. I never want to make anybody feel like it's too frilly or it's too cold or it's too thing. Everything that the choices that I make inside, how I communicate, all of the things that I'm speaking to everybody because I've been a big girl.
Yeah.
I've been heavy after I had my kids. You never want to make somebody feel like I can't get on that table or I'm going to be, it's so you have no clothes on. It can be extremely objectifying and you don't even know how you did it. It could
Yeah.
be what you wear, how you look. It could be a word you chose or something like that. And being a New Yorker, we got everybody, trans, uh, LGBT, everybody is no one special where I come from. And so to me, that was the best thing I could do is be me and
Yeah.
just, it ain't no thing. And so my business caters to everybody, truly. And that whatever you got, we're going to take care of it. Even little kids, I wax kids if they're coming in under the age of 15, anything on the face for free. We're not going to
Yeah.
capitalize off of you getting bullied. That's not how we do this.
Right.
They come in and maybe they get a little, I'll be like, here's a couple of, don't feed into the bullies. I'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if I were you, don't get waxed. Keep the
Yeah.
mustache. You know why? Because they're gonna know they got to you. That's
That's
how
it.
bullies work. But you
Yeah.
better have something. If somebody told me I had a mustache, I'd be like, that's not what your dad said. But that's me.
That's true. Yeah.
And maybe that's what maybe that's the little pearl they get. But
Yeah.
um, that's part of what I pride myself on, and I hope that I am a harbor to people who have been made feel badly, been made feel away. And so
Yeah.
that's my business, and for all things skin and hair, and maybe a little confidence booster, and maybe some quippy comebacks. Yeah,
There you
big
go.
sister, big sister
Big
services,
sister.
really.
Big sister. That's it.
Yeah,
How are
yeah,
you? How are you as a boss? Like, you ever see yourself being this where you are today? Cheesecake mold, you serving, bartending,
yes.
coming from New York, Queens, Long Island. How did that all coming to a ball and shape who you are today?
I think that way, my way is sergeant style. Get in there. Let's knock
Yeah.
this out. We're going to do this together, and then we're going to get out of here. Um,
Right.
what do you need? What do you got? Even girls who rent from me, I've been like, you need 4x4s. You need stick. What do you need? And they can always come to me. Hopefully, I always make sure I have what I need. And if anybody else needs anything, I don't care. Take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I'm like, I don't even pay me back. Just whatever. It's like a handful of something. So I have always been sergeant style, even in my relationships, even in my life, my kids. I'm ride or die, and
Yeah.
that's true to form with like the people that have worked for me when I've worked for somebody else. Cheesecake Factory has always been the core of how I've approached people. We do this together, and when we're all done, we're going to leave here.
That's it. We all go into our families, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How would you describe the job opportunities in Michigan today compared to a few years ago? Has it gotten better, the job opportunities?
It has gotten better. It's got,
Okay.
car country. There are ebbs and flows with that. The university, we have U of M. My town, Ann Arbor, has five U of M, Eastern, Concordia. Oh no, well Concordia just closed, but we have one of the best community colleges in the country. So I'm much smarter these days because of the people in my community around me, and I get a lot of
There you go.
legwork done. So
Right.
the job market is actually pretty good. I don't know what they say about us. When I first came out here, my whole family was like, "What are you doing?" It's like there's
Yeah.
nothing there, and I was like,
Yeah.
"It's great there." There's just such a stigma about Michigan, and I hope I'm one of the people that helps to break that down because it's great here. I just,
Right.
we want people to believe in us. Like, just don't everybody come here.
Right.
Some people
Yeah.
come,
Exactly.
don't everybody come
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
You're a really good
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Do you think Michigan is a good place for young people to build a future? Why or why not?
Yes, I think you have close enough. We're close enough to Detroit where you get that city, mindset. It's tough. It's not. What my dude was like. Where I come from, it's treacherous, and I was like, what does that mean to you? It means
Yeah.
something entirely different to me, you know? So you still got your neighborhoods, like maybe you call the police, they don't come. That is getting better, right? But
Okay.
the economy around us has gotten increasingly more stable. Uh, the pride, we have gentrification, but they're not mad at it. It's not
Yeah.
like the Bronx or Brooklyn here where people are like, oh, it's gentrified. They want to have the services. They want to be part of that pride. It sucks how it took to get it, but they are just immensely glad that it's finally here and they're proud about it. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people there. That's why I say there's a lot. I just bumped into somebody at Costco. I have my Mets jacket on, my grandfather's Mets jacket, and this guy goes, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Queens." He goes, "Really?" "Me too." I was like, "Get out." "Where?" He said, "Jamaica." I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Can you believe?" Now the Lodge is the freeway that we call the Lodge here. It's like driving on the West Side Highway at 4 in the afternoon, And
Yeah.
so, he was like, "Can you believe it?" But
Yeah.
um, there are more and more people coming here because it's a boom town, and we're here
Right.
for it. We're excited about it. Michigan, Ann Arbor has a lot of growth. They just took on 10,000 more students this year, the president of the university. So that affects all of us too. Housing, that's like the boom that we have. Ann Arbor is a great little town. So we're not technically a suburb of Detroit. Excuse me, we're 45 minutes away, but we're
Okay.
close. I mean, that's nothing really for New Yorkers. That's like,
Yeah. Hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
hop,
Yeah.
skip, and a jump. There's no reason to
Yeah.
not go. But downtown Ann Arbor is a cool little town too. So there's a lot of like, community type things. We have curling. Oh, we have
Curling.
shuffleboard is huge here. Pickleball is huge here. Curling, I was like, I can scream, push a broom. I like pool.
Yeah.
Like it's like all the components, of the things that I love.
Rolled
So
into one.
yeah,
That's amazing. What kind of industries you think will define Michigan over the next 10 years, the next decade or so?
we'll see. I still think education is big for us. I think
Okay.
cars are just as big. They don't have car inspections here, and I wish somebody would listen to me because that would kickstart
Right.
a whole community, a whole
Man.
economy.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what do you
for
mean?
sure.
I see more blown out tires on the highway, cracked windshields, literally snapped tie rods. Like, what?
Wow.
So for that, they don't do it because it's car country. So I don't really understand that. Emissions. I've watched catalytic converters just like fly off the back end of a car.
Yeah,
So
because nothing's being
I
inspected. There's nothing. So the car could be
But
the
the
worst of the
I,
worst, and it's on and on the road, being on the road. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. I asked somebody when I first moved here, where do they do it?
Yeah.
And they were like, for what? I said, for roadworthiness. And she was like, oh, I thought it meant for racing. I was like, nope, just making sure for safety. And
Wow.
yeah, that was really like, it delves into everything. And so I hope that we don't have waterfront property like you do back home. Here, there would
Yeah.
be a condo crammed everywhere. Canada's right here. And like,
Right.
it's not built up like that here. So I wonder if that's a decision, a choice, or if that just is the next layer for us here. That'll be
Right.
interesting to see. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of role do the Great Lakes play in how people live there? The fishing, great, right? Salmon around November,
Oh yeah.
December. How amazing the scenery of the Great Lakes has it out there. What kind of vibe is it out there like onto?
It's the most gorgeous thing you would ever see, and we have so much of it. We call it a winter wonderland. People will leave in the winter and go other places.
Yeah.
We have some skiing up north. We have Boyne. But we have places like Grand Traverse Bay, Ludington, Little Traverse. We have the
Okay.
Leelanau. Every Michigander refers
Yeah.
to Michigan like this and where you are in the mitten. So I'm about here.
Okay.
And this is Leelanau. Up here, you have Petoskey. And then we have the UP, which is so vast and so gorgeous and not
Wow.
even a scrap of trash. The beaches are pristine. And, it's not like home where you're like covered in salt water and seagulls. Like, it's just gorgeous as far as the eye
Right.
can see. And you can see the bottom and you can open your eyes in the water. It's wild and it's
Yeah.
sandy. It's like,
Wow.
how did this happen? Uh,
Crystal clear.
Crystal clear. And the inland lakes, because it was basically glaciers formed it, there are hundreds of lakes that are just like that. Pristine Torch Lake. It's a big
Yeah.
party one. You can walk out to your knees to the middle of the
Wow.
lake and everybody just hangs out there. It's great. And then,
It's amazing.
every lake out here has a sandy bottom. You just walk out there.
Yeah.
But growing up, I would not put this tuchus in fresh water. I'd
The
be like,
Hudson River,
ooh,
would be like, I'll
yeah,
pass. The Hudson River, Long Island Sound, nah, I'm good on
yeah.
that.
Oh my God, maybe I'll grow a hand out of my forehead. No, thank you. Like, ew. But here, like, it's like pristine, clean, at least looking, uh, you
Yeah.
know. But Dow is here, the makers of Teflon and napalm. So who
Yeah.
knows what's been leaching out. Ford back in the day. EPA didn't get here until the mid 90s. That's kind of
Right.
terrifying. So
Right.
we'll see, what was in the groundwater, what is to come. I've done a lot of I love city government, local government. And so I did a city academy class and you learned all of the inner workings.
Right.
And I learned in a zombie apocalypse, I will go to the water treatment plant because that's the safest place.
Safest
That's
place to
like
be. Yeah.
armed guards, it's Fort Knox. So
Yeah.
that's like the best place, the safest place to be. But to come here and to see it, you can't even describe it.
Yeah.
There are people who grew up here who have never been to the west side of the state. And I'm always, COVID, what we did do is I have a ton of camping gear. My dad gave me all of his gear, tents,
Right.
range, you name it. And so we went to different campgrounds all over the west side of the state, to the Thumb, and just checking everything out. I can't believe there are people from here that had never been up
Never been
north.
there.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and
Amazing.
it's so gorgeous, and it is like a religious experience. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it. It's one of the most gorgeous places, and I've been a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be there to see it, right? You could only see it from
Yeah.
afar, but once you're actually there, it's amazing
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my town, my old house, we had a river that went through like right under the U of M. Me and the kids would just go kick it in the summertime, put a chair in the river. My kids
Yeah.
would tube, and
Yeah.
that's our life, like with river life, downtown Ann Arbor. Like it's
Amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
Amazing. The local tradition, food, experience, the feel, uniquely Michigan to you. I mean, the Chinese food in New York versus Michigan, the pizza. What is it like over there? The food.
I tell people it's best to keep their memories. If you're coming here for pizza, don't even bother. They have what they call Detroit style. I would call it Sicilian. They
Okay.
have places they call Coney, which is hot dogs. But
Okay.
I'm like, oh, you call that because of like Coney Island, like because of
Yeah,
neighbors.
Coney Island.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't even. It's like they don't even. They're like, what? What's Coney Island?
Yeah.
So, but it's a specific kind of hot dog, and we have this big rivalry here in Detroit, Lafayette and National, and so they are right next to each other. They started 100 years ago. The story goes they got into a fight, and one guy broke from the other one, and they opened a place legit next door, and they legit serve the same effing thing. But everybody's like, nope, I'm Lafayette or National.
Yeah.
So it's like
National.
that's their thing. There's a lot of Polish here, a lot of Italian. They love their meat and potatoes. Of course, Detroit is, I would say, the most robust, densely populated Black community that I've ever seen, where everybody, and it's amazing. And to me, I love that this is here, because where we come from, it's not like that. It's so secular. People don't realize like how racist New York can really be based on that, like neighborhood to neighborhood, but not here.
Thing.
And
Yeah.
so like soul food is off the chain. They love corned beef. Like I don't get it, but they make egg rolls out of it. It's incredible. You deep fry it, it's like butter. It's so good. And my dude's Detroit raised, so I'm spoiled. I got a good ambassador to the food. And so
Yeah.
for that, it's been like a lot of fun, like checking out in places all new to me,
Right.
old to him, Yeah.
Yeah. You got the best of both worlds. For the
Yeah,
first
for
30
sure.
years, you were so spoiled. Now you're like something different, Midwestern
Yeah.
now. You're
Yeah,
like, this is
Chinese food here,
fantastic.
don't even. Actually, no, my town now, I live in Troy. You know who lives in Troy? She played second base with us, softball. Lauren.
Lauren. I gotta
She
figure
dated
out-
Steve, the bartender. Short brown hair. She was badass. She was a good second baseman. She could
Yeah,
hit. She was like
Laura.
slap hitter.
I gotta think about that. Maybe off here we'll talk
Lauren,
about
Laura.
it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
lives in Troy because when I had moved to Michigan, she reached out, and then I knew she
remember her. I
was.
think I remember her. Light skinned, right? Yes.
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 Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while. Yeah.
I think
Lauren,
she lives in my town.
She was
So
badass. Yeah.
yeah, out here there's a huge Viet community. So we got good pho. We have good Thai food. We have actual grocery stores, good Korean. We have K stores where it's like, this is the thing. So the Asian community here is huge. Indian food, you can, like tremendous. But like the staples of what we would know, trash, don't even. Like, that's what I say. I'm like, keep your memories. hmm
How much do you hate Ohio State?
Like with the passion, when I first got here, my maiden game was OSU home game. Andre took me to a OSU game. And I remember there was this guy, he was wearing an OSU shirt, Buckeye crap, and these kids were pushing him, shoving him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, help him. And he's like, fuck that guy. And I was like, oh. And now, 15 years later, I'm like, that guy's a fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to sink my fist in that Brutus head. Like, I fucking hate him. Everybody does. It's like, get out of here. And they're such trash fans. Ugh.
Yeah. Were you happy that Miami gave him the boot a couple of weeks ago?
I
Miami?
did. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Anytime they lose is great. Same with MSU. But if,
Yeah.
as it goes, I'm going to root MSU over OSU, when it comes
Sure.
down to it.
Sure.
Yeah. It was a shame,
Spartans.
like when Notre Dame left the conference, that kind of changed,
Yeah.
I think, the
Kinda changed
culture. And now adding Maryland and Rutgers, because nobody back home is like, woo, Rutgers.
Yeah. Rutgers. Yeah. Nobody, nobody does that.
Yeah, that was an interesting addition to the conference. But Big Ten is still like, everybody rides hard for Big Ten. If you're not going to Michigan, you go to a Big Ten school. It's usually family acceptable. Yeah.
For sure. How
Yeah.
many college games have you been to? The Big House. What's the atmosphere like? Right? It's amazing. 100,000 people.
It's
right?
amazing. Over 120,000 they can fit with press box
Man.
and the extra seating. They redid the stadium. My ex-husband was a coach, to whatever capacity he could get when we first got here. And so he had made a lot of friends. He was the supervisor of the response team, which was the in-house security. So he would just get me tickets and he'd be like, do you want to bring your friends? I'd be like, no, because they're going to want to talk and I don't.
Yeah.
And he'd come by and check on me and guys would be like, are you somebody? I'd be like, I'm somebody, but like not that kind of somebody. I'd be like, that's my husband. He's just checking on me.
Yeah.
But those games, it's bananas. The culture of tailgate is nothing like
Nuts.
kind of the Bills. Philly comes close. I've been to a lot of Philly games. But the culture of 100,000 people being in tiny little Ann Arbor is so fun. It's everybody gets into it. My kids love it. If you're Michigan plates, you're sitting in your chair, you're go bluing it up. It's who we are, and it's some of the most fun. You have to come out. Like you got to come out.
I mean, talking about this now, I mean, the atmosphere, bananas. You ever got beer spill on you? Are you pissed off? Do you get any fights in the stands?
Liverpool game when we saw it at the Big House. Yeah, those now they did not now serve alcohol in the stadium. And so my last game was, I was like, you know what? I think I'm all set here. It was Fresno State. I was not excited about it it was the home opener. So for that, it was good. But it just totally shifted the energy. Like part of, I think what made it great was that, yes, everybody gets drunk outside. But when we're in here, we root for everybody. You kind of sober up. You leave in here. There's some fights, but it wasn't as bad. Now it's like a melee. If it's a night game, you're outside drinking all day. And we have such a big tailgate culture. It's just, even for me to say, like, it's not my jam anymore. I don't like it. I don't want to be in it. And so, I've had beer spilled on me. We've had a couple of run-ins at games that were not good. And you just want to go have fun. You just want to go see.
At our age now, go have fun.
Yeah.
20 years,
tickets are too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
At their bleachers though, so that sucks. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Wolverine of all time?
Denard Robinson, like hands down, shoelace. I love that kid. And he was a good kid.
Yeah.
He was fast and they could run the ball. And he was a Rich Rod recruit that Brady Hoke got. And that he just made, it was such a good time. And he was on the cover of NCAA,
football,
the college, the football back in the day. And Denard would big up games, go to girls' softball games. He used his celebrity for good. And I love that about him. He was such he was like everybody loved him,
Yeah.
And I thought he was I thought he was a good Wolverine. That's what makes a good Wolverine. He was a good student athlete for sure.
I know you're a big Met fan. You bleed orange. Derek Jeter from Michigan, Kalamazoo.
Yes,
Are you a fan of Derek Jeter at all?
of course. He's the acceptable Met. I mean, not the acceptable Met. He's the acceptable Yankee.
Acceptable Yankee. Okay.
Yeah. Same with Tom Brady, right? Pat's like ew, but because he was quarterback at Michigan, we love him. I was hoping he was going to fix the Sharon Moore BS and come back and coach QBs for a year and fix everything, but that's obviously not going to happen. But yeah, Jeter's the only acceptable Yankee.
Okay.
I love Jose Reyes. That's my favorite. That is one of my favorite Mets of all time. Was Jose Reyes.
Yeah, Jose was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Shamar Moore, how surprised were you when the story broke? What do you make of
I
that?
mean, not really. A lot of these coaches are cheaters, dude. Like they're out here.
The power of you know what, right? Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes are out here. They have the time. They have the inclination. I think it was weird because he didn't get the time to grow. Like Harbaugh never would have done this. He'd have paid it. That's what the money's for, right? You get a sugar baby. You have the money. What are you doing? So now it was like you decimated a program. Thank God a lot of the recruits decided to stay, but even coaching transitions in a good year will decimate your recruitment every program. So for that, it's like kids, even fundraising for the university, everything takes a hit. So that was not good. It was kind of crazy that happened. He didn't have the time to grow into his celebrity. He came from Central, like in 2018. Right. And, all of this happened. I just think it was too much too soon.
Sure. Hate to see it happen, especially with kids involved and everything else. Hate to see that. Hopefully he can get back on the right track, right? We all deserve like a second chance, right? So we'll see what happens going forward. Big game, right? Next Monday night, the Natty, Indiana versus Miami. Who are you rooting for? Final score predictions.
That one I don't follow. Like I'm not. Wait a minute, I lost my my screen. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
That's all right. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
No, I've been so out of it. I haven't followed because Christmas is my busy season. I don't know what it is, but baby Jesus wants everybody to have a Brazilian wax. So I literally have just come out of like the thick of it. I have had no time to pay attention. I didn't even see the Lions lose the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Speaking of Detroit, I mean, the whole thing. I hope it's gonna be a really good game. I love Miami. Indiana, great story. I don't see how Miami can beat Indiana because Miami just shoots themselves in the leg all the time. They just gotta play a clean game. If they cannot play a clean game, then it's just gonna be lights out. I don't think they can come back versus Indiana. I want Miami to win, but I think Indiana's such a generational run right now. They're so good, so locked in.
They got a better program, I think, too. After this.
Free football is going to be really, really tough out. Even though Miami's home in Miami next week, it's going to be really beat Indiana with and the quarterback there. So we'll see how that happens. Hey, the Pistons are really good now, right? Detroit, the Lions, the Pistons are good. Yeah. The D, they're finally back.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven through 8 Mile?
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law lives off 7 Mile and Mansfield. So 8 Mile is not that far, from her, obviously. It's like the miles outside of Detroit. It took me a while to know what this meant. So there's not really a 6 Mile. It really starts like at 7 Mile. And then it goes
7 Mile and 8 Mile.
But we went looking. We looked for the trailer park, that everybody does that, but never, I don't know where it is. It's got to be way far out on 8 Mile. But definitely been out that way. That's like, it's tough over there. That ain't no thing. Yeah.
You been to Mom's Spaghetti?
I tried it one time. I had the spaghetti sandwich. It was all right. I think they closed down actually.
Wow, already, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Pistons are good. My cousin is he was a almost All-American wrestler. They had the NCAA tournament at LCA. So Little Caesars, and that's where the Pistons play now. So we've been to a lot of games. That facility is brand new, gorgeous. Same with Comerica. Our ballpark is
fantastic. Yeah.
It's like Citi Fields.
Yeah.
Ford Field is one of the most up. It's like what do they call it? Like futuristic
Fan friendly.
stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like checking your eyes.
Up
Where are
there.
you looking?
Yeah.
They're getting data like you wouldn't believe at a game.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the last time I was in Detroit was for WrestleMania. It was years ago. When I think they were tearing down the old Detroit Tiger Stadium on the
Yeah.
highway, and now there's Comerica, and then there's Ford Field right across the street. Amazing, amazing facility. Didn't get a chance to check out where the Pistons play. What's the atmosphere been like there for the Pistons? They're back. It seems like they're back, right?
They're back. Everybody's excited, but you know what it is to
Yeah.
be on top is it's a different energy. Now people are coming for you.
Expectations, right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's hard. That's why the Lions, I think they shit the bed at the end too. Like, what happened? It was
Yeah.
like, how did this?
They
So
lost your
hopefully they're
defensive
able to keep
coordinator,
their
offensive
momentum.
coordinator. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then fan of the coach. Coach is great, right? Lions coach.
Everybody loves Daddy Dan.
Breaking some
Yeah.
ankles out there, some kneecaps, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The energy's good. Everybody's excited. You know, it is athletics is good for a city. And
Yeah.
Detroit really needed it. And for a time, we had Lions were on top, Pistons were on top, U of M was on top. So we were riding pretty high there for a while.
For sure, for sure. She's Danny Parker, entrepreneur, owner at Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing LLC. You ready for some rapid fire questions here, D?
I'm ready.
Who was your first kiss? Who was it with?
My first kiss was Chris Arvanites in
Okay.
my bedroom when I was 13 years old. Shout out to Chris Arvanites. Yes.
Who was your prom date?
My prom date was my boyfriend, George Collinet. We dated through high school, and he was my senior prom date.
Favorite holiday and season?
Halloween, hands up and down. I love costumes. I love the fall. I love, like, I'm a basic bitch. I love, like, lattes, some cozy boots, and scaring the shit out of some kids. Like, I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse words. I know you love those. Your favorite top 5 curse words of all time?
Motherfucker, bitch ass, punk bitch, and regular bitch is one of my favorites. Yeah. What is that, 4?
That's 4.
Fuck
You want
off
more.
is a biggie. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna thought you were gonna say cunt because females hate the word cunt, right?
Oh, I don't
Hate
care
that.
about that one.
Okay.
Don't
All right.
bother me.
Let it rock.
It's
Let it
not
rock.
in my stilo, but it doesn't bother me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why do girls hate girls?
I think it's jealousy. I don't know. I think girls have been built and bred to want to get married, to seek approval from men. And so it's intrinsic in your behavior, right? And when you have competition in any way, shape, or form, then you're not going to like that person. I just think it's like part of the culture for women. I see it less and less, that, like, that hater type
Right.
crap, or girls even fighting over dudes. That's a lot less. That's a good thing. It's like, why are we fighting over a man? This is stupid. So
You
it's nice
always
to see
tend to
that.
you always tend to like hang out with dudes instead of girls, right? Is that the reason why, or just happen
It's
that
just
way?
less drama. It's always been that way for me. My guy friends, I could be like, I'm moving to Japan for
Yeah.
7 years. They'll be like, cool, see you when you get
Yeah.
back. But my
Right.
female friends, they're like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Who's going to look through your house and all this shit? And it's like, I
Yeah.
don't, like, there was an SNL skit about it. Like, I don't care enough. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be fine. I put my pants on one leg at a time every day, like everybody else.
Music now versus back in the day, which do you prefer?
Old school all day. Yeah, I just did my Spotify likes. Of course,
Yeah.
it's like 90s hip hop. Do you see Mondami's speech when he shouted
Yeah.
out Jay to Kiss? I was like, Jay to the moi. I
Yeah.
love this dude.
It's moi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
sure.
always ride 90s hip hop. Hell yeah.
How cool was the 80s?
I loved being a kid in the 80s. That was like the last generation. What year were you born?
Yeah, 79.
Okay, I'm 78,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Drinking
Perfect.
from a fountain, a hose.
Yeah.
I was feral. We were outside. Streetlights
Yeah.
came on. We came home. I tried to raise my kids like that, but nobody else was doing it, So
Yeah.
that made it a little more difficult. I'd be like, go outside, find the pile of bikes. That's where the people are at. Only
Yeah.
no one is doing that anymore. But
Yeah, it's
for us,
crazy.
we
Dirt
would
bike,
like,
skateboards.
right, to go down the railroad tracks and see if we could find dead bodies, like
Yeah,
kid stuff.
yeah, things like
Yeah.
that. Now, everyone's an iPad or cell phones, right, or
Mhm.
computers, laptops.
Yeah. Where'd you go to high school,
Different time.
Nyack?
I went to, Ramapo High School, Ramapo,
We
yeah.
went to Ramapo. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ramapo, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. How sad are you to see MTV die? MTV,
Oh, I just
rest in
saw that.
peace.
I saw that on the news. But to be
Yeah,
honest, once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, MTV. I mean, other than
crazy.
watching Ridiculousness, which was great, late night, but that being an end of a we used to stay Jersey Shore back in the day. And one time we stayed at the house next to the summer house that they were doing like late 90s before they
Really?
were doing the other ones. Uh
Yeah,
we stayed next to the shore house in Jersey Shore.
right.
And like this disgusting hotel that you had to wear bags on your feet in the shower. That's where MTV was. Like gross.
Man, oh
But
man,
it's like
crazy.
crazy to be the end of like that kind of era, that kind of culture.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead, Daria, MTV Cribs, like, man, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
bad.
What was your favorite TV show back then, growing up?
Glad I was a big TV kid. I watched like Cheers with my dad and stuff. I loved Seinfeld. That show's still funny, still
Yeah,
resonates to this day. I loved
yeah,
Saturday morning cartoons, WWF. I named
yeah.
my men's waxing menu after wrestlers from the 80s. And I actually changed it back
Really?
because the kids they don't know who these people, Ultimate Warrior. I had Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah,
Mr. Perfect, Macho Man, the Hulk. I had everything for like different parts of your body because I got
yeah.
drunk and got talked into it as a good idea. And I was like, yeah. And then so one kid was like, who's, Mr. Perfect? And I was like,
Yeah,
oh my God,
rest in
I'm
peace.
sorry for
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Who was your favorite wrestler back then growing up? Who's your favorite of all time?
Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
I
His
love that
entrance
dude.
was, like, unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
Atmosphere, energy, was just came in there, shook the ropes,
Yeah.
face
I
paint.
love Bushwhackers too, though. Like they were
Oh,
kind of,
Bo and Butch,
yes,
yeah,
I
those guys were those guys were
love
hilarious.
them. Yeah.
And they're all gone, right? Rest in peace to all of them, right? Most of them gone. I
Yeah.
mean, Undertaker's still alive, he's doing his
Yeah.
thing,
I
but,
loved the WrestleMania 1, 2, 3, all of
yeah,
like the drama with like Hulk, Macho
yeah.
Man, like a Lady Elizabeth, all that crap that they were pulling. I was here for all
WrestleMania
that
3 was
drama.
at the Pontiac Michigan Dome, right? Aretha Franklin sung the national anthem. That was the
Yeah.
Pontiac old school, dome.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man, man, oh man. Top 5 rappers of all time.
Dylon, just kidding. I love, I still love Biggie.
Okay.
Hard. My son asked me this. We have hip hop conversations all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go a group. It would be Mobb Deep, Nas, Biggie. Those are my top 3 for sure.
Okay.
Big L
Big L.
and KRS-One.
Wow. The bridge
Mm-hmm.
is over. The bridge is over. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jay-Z for you, right? Jay-Z is a 6 man for you, Jay-Z?
I feel like he was so saturated in New York. Coming here made me like him again. I had to leave
Okay.
it to get it out because it's just so heavy. It was
Yeah.
at the time in
Yeah.
rotation that I was like, I literally can't listen to this anymore. And then I went to see him and Justin Timberlake when he came out with Magna Carta, and that was
Yeah.
a good album. I was like super happy with that one. But it's hard to say. I could go top 30 because I love still Pusha T. Like I
Pusha
got,
T, yeah.
my list is long for a lot of reasons. D Block, all of everybody,
Yeah.
Dipset. I mean,
Right.
there's a lot that I love. It's hard to
So
even
much of
just
them.
pick 5.
Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, listen to Wu-Tang back in the day? Fan of
Hell yeah.
theirs?
I took my sons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
got called out. This dude was like, Meth was like, shout out to the white moms, making sure the kids get culture. I was like, yep.
METHOD, man. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Man,
We saw him
that's
outdoor
awesome.
at the Aretha Franklin and it was great. So yeah. Oh, wait. Wu-Tang for the kids.
Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang for the kids. What do you listen to, by the way, these days? What do you have in your Rolodex now? What do you have?
Still a lot of 90s hip hop. I like the
Okay.
new Clips album. That was good. I
Yeah.
did not like the new Mobb Deep album without Prodigy. It is trash. Don't even bother. It is terrible. I like Alchemist, but like not on that. That was not good. And then Detroit hip hop is big.
Okay.
My dude used to rap, so like we got guys, out here that everybody. So I'm trying to get like listen to more Detroit hip hop and the young stuff. Like I got two sons. Love
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Okay.
Love Bad Bunny. If I could, I'd get all of us tickets to see Bad Bunny and go fly somewhere and go see him.
Right, for
So
sure.
we've been really getting into that big time. Yeah.
Thoughts on Bad Bunny performing at a Super Bowl? A lot of uproar. What do
I
you got to
love
say
it.
to
I love making the white people squirm, I love it.
that?
I like it. I like it making them comfortable. God, make your little sideways Bob Seger shows. Do it.
Yeah,
Nobody says you can't. I think
yeah,
he's good for the brand. They're trying to expand. They want more people watching NFL. He's the times. Everybody who doesn't love Bad Bunny? Like,
yeah.
this is stupid. And if you don't know who he is, then too bad for you. Like, I think it's going to be great.
Are you watching the Super Bowl this year? Are you me watching locked in?
Yeah, I already took that Sunday. I usually work Sundays, so
Right.
I took it off. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. What's your go-to meal these days? What do you eat? Favorite meal?
So I lost 30 pounds since June.
Wow.
I've been doing like watching what I eat. I eat a lot of protein, a lot of chicken, fish, turkey. I try and cool it, but my partner is a phenomenal cook and like soul food. Like the mac and cheese he makes is like the best I've ever had. His mother is, if they open a kitchen, everybody would be enormous. They're such good cooks. So I try and not eat it too much, but it's been a lot of salads and stuff, that kind of thing. I'm trying to eat clean, supplement. I'm 48. I'll be 48 this year. I want to be here as long as I can.
For sure. When's
Yeah.
the last time you got the itis? When's the last time?
The itis. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. There was a lot. We had brisket. We had deep fried turkey. No, we didn't have a deep fried turkey this year. He scotch, whatever it is. I got him a smoker. This man will smoke your everything. And so I ate dressing, mac and cheese, collard greens, you name it. We napped twice and then got back up and ate again. It was great.
There you go.
Yeah.
How'd you become a Buffalo Bills fan? Are you part of Bills Mafia? Congrats on the win yesterday, by the way.
I know. I didn't see it yet. I was going to watch it later today. I loved because, so Josh Allen was like the catalyst, and the guy I was dating at the time was like, this is the only true New York team. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you say it like that, yes. And you could really get behind them because they got out of the Sunday at 1:00 slot. That's all they were playing. And they got the wild card and it changed everything. And it was like fun to be a fan. I stayed at the Bills house outside in that, it's a rubble parking lot. There's like not even grass. And have you ever been up there?
I've never been up there before.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was
They're
like,
building a new stadium right now, right? Looks like
they're moving.
Stadium. Yeah, they're moving.
Yeah, they're building a new stadium.
Yeah,
so thank God for that. They're just so silly. Like they didn't want Bon Jovi to be an owner because of like, I don't know, some rumor that they had heard, or I don't even know. And I was like, he's like wildly philanthropic. Bon Jovi's a good dude. I'm pretty sure he wanted to do right by you people. So Buffalonians are a tough brew. They are really gruff, and I don't know why. I'm like, is it because it's like life is hard here? Like, why?
Rochester. The Jets get a lot of love, and their Jets are trash. The Giants have been trash for the last couple of years. They get a lot of love.
So I'm glad I've been a Bills fan for these. 7 years. I was never big into the Giants, and I really wasn't a big Jet fan. I was not really checking for NFL up until like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good stuff. Hope you guys go far. Hope you guys do some work in the postseason this year with Josh Allen. Jordan or LeBron? Who you got? Who's your
Michael Jordan? But that's my times. Those are my times. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. New Year's resolution. You got any?
I try and do 4 a year. I try and keep it like a quarterly goal because I have gotten lost in the sauce, and so it's good to like revisit those. So my resolution was to keep my 4 goals. Okay. And this year is expanding of the business in a different direction. So I want to I want to be a school. That's my way of not getting out from behind the chair, but
Giving back.
my growth and prosperity. And so I like to teach, I like to share my knowledge. And I think apprentice style learning served me very well. And I would like to be able to do that for others. So small batch, 2 girls at a time or 2 people at a time, and have them rotate through us, because there's several people that work with me that all specialize: permanent makeup, lashes, what I do, waxing, skincare, acne, and really come out a very robust person. So my resolution is to finish school for that. I have to go at night because of my licensure does not transfer over from New York to here in the same way. So I got to go back to school, but that's okay. So it's finish school and get that. I moved into a building that I can facilitate. I have a classroom. We have extra space. We have extra equipment. So now it's just finish that and get it going.
That's it. Hey, before I let you go, message to humanity today. This crazy world we live in, lots of things going on a daily basis. What would you like to say to humanity today, this very moment?
Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Have some compassion and see maybe why people are upset, maybe why things are the way they are. You know, it seems to be 2 very different outlooks at things. And I feel like if you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you're going to have empathy for their situation. And I don't think enough of us are doing that. Yeah.
Any shout outs today to the listeners nationwide,
Okay.
worldwide?
Shout out to Stiggity Styles, Robbie, Joanne, Aaron Poley, Whitey, you. Thank you for having me on here. This is really
Sure.
fun. I'm so happy for you too. I think this is like really
Thank you.
pretty cool. I hope you are a wild success because you know a ton of people. That's why this
Yeah.
is so good for you. I saw Joe's. Joe's
Yeah.
was a good one too, and he's
Right.
such a good guy.
Oh, he's
You know?
really good dude. We're gonna hang out
Yeah.
this summer. We're gonna go fishing. Might not catch some salmon like what you guys catch up there in Michigan, but we're gonna catch
Yeah.
some fish out there.
Yeah. Well, we weren't catching any last time either, so that's okay. Yeah, shout out to Winaki. Who else? Holly. You know, my old school cheesecakers, my do or die doubles, my yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And plug the business in one more time, man. People got to come out there and see you, man.
Yeah. Smooth Surface Skin and Waxing. I'm at First and Miller, downtown Ann Arbor, Michigan. Come and see me. Come and check me out. Come to a game. Everybody needs a guide, an interpreter to the Midwest. That's me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. There you go. Hey, this was a lot of fun. God bless
Yeah.
you.
I'm glad.
I was glad we were able to do this, sit down, back and forth. We're talking about this for like maybe a month or so, right? We're like, we'll touch
Yeah.
base in New Year. Let's get back to me in New Year. I said,
Yeah.
totally fine. Take your time. I'm in your time. Let's make it happen. I'm glad you took the time out of your busy day, your schedule, life. We just
Yeah.
took a pause on life today for 2 hours. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. Hopefully we get a chance to see each other again or cross paths, maybe in New York or Michigan in the D.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Cheesecake reunion? Yeah.
yeah, I think so. I think this is probably going to be it. You know, I think so. But I just wish you all the best and love,
Yeah.
success. We're pushing 50. Imagine that. You look great. You look fantastic.
Thank you. So
No
do you.
grays.
Well,
Thank
it
you.
was like
Yeah.
1979 to me, 1989.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks for your time. And
Thank you.
This has just been fantastic. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Thanks for listening to Mic'd Up Moments. I'm Kenford, Danny Parker. We are out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Before we leave, D, do that dance. Take us out of here and that dance when you.
Okay.
This is
Here
it.
we go.
You know,
I
this is
charged my
it.
phone
Yeah.
up. I charged my phone up.
Good. Good.
Okay. It goes like this. It goes like this.
Yeah.
Wait. It was good. Thank you.
Fantastic. Mic'd Up Moments. We are out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey.